Thank you to Arizona Sports for the highlight. The sunshine in the great Pacific Northwest. Yes, another robbery of an NFL player. It's not Manuch's house, trust me.
I got no money.
And they know it.
Heads up. And no jam.
Yeah, no
Plenty
jam.
of peanut butter, but no jam, all right? Just a forewarning.
And in college basketball, man, there's a dandy tonight. It's U of A and UConn and NAU. And I have to read it like this because Manuch did it.
Yep.
Grounds Embry-Riddle. Yeah, baby. Hey, everybody.
No, they are a flight school.
They
so
are.
You
Yes,
know.
yes. Yeah, yeah. That's
the genius that I come up with.
Aeronautical institution.
There you go.
Okay. That's a big word for our audience. So we'll just call them a flight school. Welcome in, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. We are presented today, always, by Biggs American Bar and Grill in Peoria. We are there on Monday nights. We do the show from 1 to 4 and then hang out with all the great fans on Monday night for Monday Night Football. You get a chance to roll for dough, $10,000 on the line. It'll be Carolina and the San Francisco 49ers this coming Monday night. It's Biggs at the P83 District, 83rd Avenue and Bell Road. Welcome in, Manuch. I stayed up last night. I know I didn't need to. I took a nap from 6 to 8 just to make sure I could hang till about midnight.
Okay,
with the game
Sure.
the game starting at 9.
Mm-hmm.
And from that standpoint, because I took that damn nap, I didn't go to bed till 2 in the morning.
You were fired up because the Suns didn't blow.
They did not
a 22-point lead.
Correct.
And they outscored the Trailblazers 63-49 in the second half and blew the doors open again to make sure that they did not blow any kind of a lead going up to Portland. And the last time I counted, I think I wore my calculator out.
Okay.
81 three-point shots combined with both teams. 81.
81.
Does anybody want to mix in a layup once in a while? A mid-range shot? I mean, it was like they were hoisting. And, you know, the Suns, I think, were like 35%. And you looked at Portland, they were like 28%. It's like there were some condominiums being built underneath that rim with all the bricks that were being shot. But the one thing you noticed, the energy, the Suns were bringing that energy all night long. And that was the one, I think, constant for this team. And to see the bench score 63 points off the bench. And I think everybody played. I think they might have dialed you up, but I think you were nodding off.
I think I was asleep at that time. Otherwise, I probably could have given them 35 seconds.
That was a very balanced win for the Suns. And to your point, a depleted Portland Trailblazers team. But you know what? You go in there, you take care of business.
Yeah, you win. Yeah.
And you move on. You got a couple of days off before you take on Minnesota and San Antonio. So you've got some things that are gonna happen. I'm sorry, before
Minnesota and then the Spurs.
The Spurs coming in. So you take care of business trip, come on back, sleep in a little bit, maybe go practice this afternoon just to get loose, practice a little bit tomorrow, maybe you scrimmage a little bit, and then you get ready to take on Minnesota. The Timberwolves coming into town Friday, and then San Antonio on Sunday.
Here's the bad news if you were really hoping to see Wemby. He's out. He's got a calf strain and probably will not be back into the lineup now for a couple of weeks. So that's disappointing.
I never had any issues with calf strains because I lost my calves in a roundup.
How did I know that was coming?
Sorry,
Will you just hit the dump button? Take his microphone away from him, please.
Could not resist. You know these calf strains.
Yeah, what the hell is up with this?
Is anybody? Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Any kind of response is welcome. Second show's at 10:30 tonight.
Okay. Try the veal.
You know, it's interesting because we used to have those incline boards. You would get on, stretch out your calves. We would always stretch out your lower body and your calves. Your Achilles were part of that.
Yes.
And it's got to be an epidemic. Something's in the water. I got to imagine these calf strains all over the National Football League.
Steve Kerr, the head coach for the Warriors, was asked about that the other day, and he had a response saying that he's trying to figure out why so many players are getting soft tissue injuries. Giannis is out right now with a strained groin. I just talked about Wembanyama being out right now with a strained calf. It's why I don't get it, Manuch, because you and I, when we played, I mean, we stretched out.
Sure, a lot.
And,
a lot.
And I'm sure that these guys do, but are they just too muscled up, and they are too strong.
No, the guys that were playing in our era and era, they were maybe not as muscly, but they ran more, they stretched more. I think a lot of it is basically just the conditioning piece of it. And then maybe a lot of these guys, you got to remember too, Jimmy, they play a lot in the summer.
They do.
They'll go overseas and play for their, like Giannis, I know goes and plays for the Greek team once in a while.
Yeah.
I think that it could be overuse or maybe just not paying attention to stretching enough. But there's really something that's going on that's amiss with a lot of these athletes. By the way, you could say they should be conditioned more with all the special trainers that they have.
I agree.
The dietitians that they have. They get tucked in at night. They have load management days.
Mm-hmm.
They play in bubble wrap, for crying out loud. I just don't think there's as much stretching and conditioning in the proper way that we saw from many, many years ago.
So it's a nice win for the Suns, as my esteemed colleague mentioned, back in action Friday night with the T-Wolves coming to the MMC. I have to make sure that I say that correctly. It's no longer the Phoenix Arena. Okay, so some other basketball news, and this is going to be must-watch TV tonight. It's the University of Arizona on the road at UConn. Number 4 and number 3 getting together. Look, Arizona had a big win in Los Angeles a few nights back against UCLA. Now they're going to step up and play UConn.
Yeah, and you look at this game and you kind of look at the preview, and it could be another close game. But the one thing, UConn, they're averaging over 90 points a game, Jimmy.
They are.
They're averaging. This is a UConn team, a very mature team. The Cats average around 85 points per game. The Cats have the edge in the rebounding, about 44 to 38. And then as far as assists are concerned, they're about even, about 20 per.
Yeah.
But again, for the young guys, for U of A, it's going to be a big boy ball, big-time TV in a big-time arena, and you just hope that the Koa Pete's and some of the other younger guys can handle all that's about to come at them. The good thing is they're playing all these big games. You mentioned UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
You got UConn tonight. They're playing a lot of these big games early in their schedule so that they can be acclimated and accustomed to this once the Big 12 action starts. And then once you get into the tournament, you've had enough reps and you don't get caught up in all the lights and the hoopla. And I would just say this, just the speed of the game will hopefully be slowed down by the time they get into Big 12 conference play.
Well, halfway through the basketball season, freshmen are no longer freshmen, because they played enough games. They played 20 games, and so they should be comfortable in their own skin. Yeah, by then.
Well, but sometimes we've seen the NCAAs.
Oh, I know.
How the bright lights go off. And you say that, Jimmy. We've seen a lot of freshmen falter.
Yes.
Because of the anxiousness, the speed, and just getting caught up in the emotion once you get to the NCAAs.
Manuch, yesterday we had the discussion about ASU QB Sam Levitt and reports of he's thinking of entering the portal, and his brother came out on X and indicated, no, we haven't decided anything. But you always say where there's smoke, there's got to be some fire.
Yeah, and I think that, and for all you Sun Devil fans, I'm a Sun Devil fan. I grew up a Sun Devil fan. This is what we can come to expect.
Yeah,
in this
going to happen. Yeah,
in the era of the portal.
Yeah,
in the NIL era, if you will. And if somebody's looking to poach you, who's losing a star quarterback,
mm-hmm.
and might be considered a better venue for him, i.e., Miami, could be Texas Tech.
You know, I just thought of another
LSU.
one. Indiana.
Could be Indiana.
Because they're going to lose him.
Yeah, Fernando Mendoza.
They're going to lose him.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of schools that are maybe have a higher profile.
Yeah.
That could, work the back door of, hey, look, if you have an interest, Sam Levitt, we definitely, keyword there, we definitely have an interest. Instead of ... on the text, they've got $, $.
Yes.
So it's out there.
Yeah.
And for a young man who's done so well at ASU and who's on the map and who was this year going into the season as a Heisman Trophy candidate.
He was.
Yeah. And I think that a lot of folks look at that and go, wow, this kid's really a hell of a player. I wonder if he'd have an interest. So if somebody approaches his agent or puts it out there, Sam has every right to look on. Now, as a Sun Devil fan, yes, I'd like to see him stay one more year,
mm-hmm.
be healthy, and try to run it back and try to win another Big 12 conference championship. But folks, that's just the way it is. They're free agents every year.
Yep.
So look at professional sports. 1 year deal here, 1 year deal there. If you chase the money, okay, then you chase the money. I'm not going to fault him one way or the other, Jimmy. I'm really not.
No, I know you won't.
But I think the bottom line for Sam Levitt is, okay, what's the bottom line for me eventually? Where can I go to enhance my positioning in that draft if I decide to stay and come back and play one more year at ASU or wherever? Because I recommend he come back and play one more year because of the injury. And I think if he has another good year like he did last year, I think that only enhances his position in the draft.
That brings us then to our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day. And with the weather that we're having this week, you may want to check in with State 48 Roofing. They are Arizona's #1 referred roofer. And here's how you get in touch with them. You just go online at state48roofing.com. Again, that is state48roofing.com. Or you can do it the old-fashioned way and just make a telephone call, 480-268-4509. 480-268-4509, which brings us then to our State 48 It's Your Call question of the day. What we were just discussing. What advice would you give ASU quarterback Sam Levitt with the current rumors of him potentially headed to the portal? And you have 4 options. 1, go to the higher profile team. 2, stay and win the Big 12. 3, declare for the NFL draft. 4, take the best NIL offer. You can go to Roc and Manuch on X, cast your vote. We will continue to update throughout the course of the show. All right, coming up, it'll be our Lerner and Rowe replay rewind. We're just getting underway, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. ESPN 620, 98.7 FM, HD-2, streaming live on the Arizona sports apps.
Craving sushi with a twist? Welcome to Rock Lobster, Chandler's vibrant and trendy sushi destination, where energy meets elegance. From bold wok-fired dishes to creative handcrafted rolls and cocktails, every bite brings the flavor. Every visit brings the vibe. Join us for lunch, dinner, or happy hour Monday through Friday, or even a date night. Find us at Price and Queen Creek in Ocotillo. That's Rock Lobster, where sushi gets social.
At Stretch Lab, it's not just athletes getting better, it's everyday people moving and feeling their best. Each one-on-one session is customized to you, guided by certified flexologists who help improve mobility, flexibility, and recovery. Whether you're chasing touchdowns or chasing the kids, Stretch Lab keeps you loose, strong, and ready for anything. Stretch your potential today. Find your nearest location at stretchlab.com.
Jaw-dropping stunts, high-flying tricks, heart-pounding excitement. Nitro Circus is back. The all-new off-the-rails tour. Gravity-defying thrill seekers and world-class daredevils at the top of their game. FMX, BMX, skate, scooter, and everything in between. Experience all new competitions that pit the best against the best in never-been-done showdowns. Nitro Circus. Friday, December 5th, Desert Diamond Arena. Join the action at Ticketmaster.com.
Hey, it's Kevin Rowe from Lerner and Rowe, trusted across Arizona for helping injured people after serious car wrecks. And I'm Sean Forrester, managing attorney at Lerner and Rowe Law Group. We may sound alike, but Lerner and Rowe Law Group is a completely separate firm focused solely on criminal defense. We handle serious felonies, DUIs, and misdemeanors with decades of courtroom experience. If you're facing criminal charges, don't wait. Call Lerner and Rowe Law Group now at 602-977-1900.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Hey y'all, I'm Kelly Clarkson. Every American dreams of creating a better life for his or her family, but in some communities, those dreams face difficult challenges. When we come together to help those in need get the same opportunities as everyone else, we truly are making our country a better place to live for all of us. So look for volunteer opportunities in your community to help others achieve the American dream, all right? This message is courtesy of the United States Air Force.
Now it's time for our Replay Rewind. The top sounds of the night and whatever Rock decides to add. Let's get to it in Replay Rewind with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620 and on FM at 98.7 HD2.
Dunn on the drive, dumps it to Oso. He waits, then jams it with both hands. He got his defender to fly by with just a second of patience underneath. Nice dish from Ryan Dunn to set his twin up. And it's 95-77, Suns with their biggest lead.
And they went on to win by 17 points over the Blazers last night in Portland. Thank you to Arizona Sports. Our Suns highlights and some post-game comments for you right now. Let us begin with Royce O'Neal. Manuch, one thing I'm going to say before I play this highlight, Royce O'Neal has turned into a spot three-point shooter. I don't want that to happen. I want to see him be a little more aggressive and not just into that role.
He was more aggressive last year.
He was.
But Jordan Ott has called him an elite shooter.
Okay.
So if you're a player and he tells you you're an elite shooter, shoot the ball, I think his role, it seems, initially has changed. He's become more aggressive with the three-point shooting. Not that he can't take it to the rack.
Right.
But I believe that they feel they've got the bigs down low. They got the guys that can help cover. Last year, he was covering down low. He doesn't need to cover that much anymore. Now, he can still take it to the rack, but when you have a coach say you're one of the elite shooters on the team, I think a guy goes, okay, I guess I have to take more threes. And to that point, he was only 30% from shooting the threes.
That's my point right there. All right, here we go then with the highlights and Royce.
To get into their offensive set, Brooks on the right wing, driving through the paint, gives to O'Neal. An open three left side is good again. Royce O'Neal 3 up and 3 down so far tonight from distance. He leads all scorers with 9, and the Suns retake a 7-point lead, 21-14. Shaded.
All right, so that was O'Neal doing his thing from behind the three-point line. Then you have a nice steal and dunk as Dunn does what he does best, create havoc.
Robert Williams III's checked in for Tiago Splitter and the Blazers. He gets it on the left wing, then throws it away. It's a steal for Ryan Dunn. He'll streak to the rim this time and throw it down with a right-hand delivery. Ryan Dunn turns his 5th steal into another bucket. He's got 7 points on the night.
Manuch, did you ever have a call, if you ever did basketball, that you would describe a guy's dunk? Because I always had a go-to call on a spectacular dunk. Did you ever have anything like that in your wheelhouse?
I just appreciated that when the Phi Slamma Jamma came on with the Houston Cougars.
Yes.
When Clyde the Glide Drexler and all those guys.
Elijah
on the Phi Slamma Jamma. How appropriate for a college basketball team.
It was great. My go-to dunk call, and I didn't use it every game, but if somebody had like a windmill or a follow dunk that was just off the charts, I always would drop in. He went so high his sneakers got burned on re-entry. Okay, so here we go now with.
Thank you, Connor. Okay,
come on, man, that's a good call.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good call.
Jimmy B.
Here's Gillespie. The heck with you guys.
With 13 on the timer, now around a pick from Oso. He'll shoot another 3 and hit another 3. Gillespie's 4th make on 7 tries from deep. He's got 16 off the bench tonight, and the Suns have their biggest lead, 110-87.
John, another try from deep. He must have been shooting at least 35. He must have easily had a couple 35-footers.
Yeah, I think so.
Easy. He'd dribble and kick it out, and he's not bashful.
No.
I love Gillespie.
I like his aggressiveness.
He's aggressive. What it was 19 points, 4 for 9 from the three-point line. But when he comes in, it's just like, everybody pick up your tempo because here I come. I mean, he's just kind of that kind of guy.
He's the T.J. McConnell.
That's it. That's it right there.
The Phoenix Suns.
He really brings the energy, and he's just kind of that little water bug. He's like everywhere, but the damn dude can shoot from deep. You got it right, John.
Here's Devin Booker after the game.
We're feeling good, man. We're young and we're youthful. We come in every day after, a win or a loss, and, it's a get better every day mindset. So we're all rallying behind coach. We're all having fun with it. And, tonight was a product of that.
Okay, play that, just the opening segment of that. Connor, play that for me just one more time because I want to make sure I heard it correctly, and then I've got a comment.
We're feeling good, man. We're young and we're youthful.
That's it right there. Manuch, they didn't say that for 2 years.
And here's the other thing,
they were old and stupid.
But I'm glad you brought this up because Devin Booker just sounds different in his interviews.
Agree.
He sounds enthusiastic. He sounds happy.
Yep.
He talks about young and youthful. I mean, this staff, this team is, I think, re-energized Devin Booker. You watch him on the court. You hear him talk. He's just like more open to talk, and he seems more open with his feelings and is talking about basketball. He's a great basketball mind, folks. He really is.
Yeah.
But it's like, wow, this kid is just really enthused. And I think, to your point, Jimmy, listening back to last year's interviews, you could hear it in his voice.
I agree.
You could hear how dejected he was. I'm not going to say disgusted, but he was very dejected.
But he was.
He was on the down low.
Yeah, he was.
He was on the down low.
Yeah, he was. Here is another. Oh, by the way, all of these are courtesy of NBC. Dylan Brooks talking about the play of the guys on the bench.
Next man up. We figure it out. Guys are ready. Guys are hungry to play. Like I always say, Jordan Goodwin, Isaiah Livers, also guys that are ready to play. So Nick Richards. So, we all ready to play. We got confidence in each other to make plays. And shoot, I forgot my boy Villain Jr. played a hell of a game, man. I told him to shoot that, mid-range with confidence, and, he did tonight.
Isn't it interesting that he rattled off every individual on the bench? He knows every individual. That's why in the post game, when you saw those guys come up to him, when they were talking to him, interviewing him after the game, they were all getting in his grill. You could tell that affection for him, but he's aware of every guy on that bench. Mm-hmm. And I think he might give him that look like, you got this? No. Do you have this? Are you ready to go? That's the kind of accountability that Dylan Brooks, not only to the team, but to that bench. I thought it was impressive. He rattled every one of the bench guys off. I think he rattled off the towel guy that Portland assigned to him last night, too.
Colin Gillespie, we already played one of his highlights. He had 19 in the game last night. Here is Colin after the game.
Yeah, just being disruptive, being in a shell. We know that they're, I think, the number one driving team in the league. So they want to get to the rim, get downhill. We had to be in a shell, show bodies, show a crowd. And we did a pretty good job of that. And then we were able to get out in transition when we did get stops.
Yeah, the team had 19 still.
Yeah, he did.
The team, not him, but the team. The team had,
and he had 19 points.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Yeah,
I haven't seen 19 steals. Dunn had 5. It was like constant barrage. And now they had 10 steals, Portland. Mm-hmm. So you could see the ball movement going back and forth, back and forth. Suns still had 15 turnovers. So so net effective on that is 4. At least you're staying ahead of the game. But that's the first NBA game I'm aware of where you saw 19 steals by one team just going up and down the court. A lot of that was the Portland as far as their passing was concerned.
Right.
Very sloppy passing by the Trailblazers.
All right, let's move then to the NFL. Here's the head coach of the Cardinals, Jonathan Gannon, once again dictating what the injury updates are right now.
Trey Benson's window will open. He'll be on a practice field today. Amari will be out and Marv will be out. Everybody else will see how it goes. They're in meetings right now. We'll be back on the grass today. Look forward to a good week.
Okay, so he made the determination that Marvin Harrison Jr. is not going to see the field this weekend. Manuch, when that injury took place, or when he had the surgery, rather, took place, I think you indicated at that time you thought it was going to be at least 2 weeks, not just one, like some people thought.
Yeah, just from most normal folks, just getting up out of bed, getting back to work within 3, 4, 5 days. Being a pro athlete at the speed, the tempo, getting hit, I fear it'd be at least a good 2 weeks, and then next week they'll kind of play it by ear. In the next weeks, when you look at it, I think the way he moves, his movement and everything will be fine. They just want to make sure there's no infection, that if he does take a hit, he's able to do that. So I'm sure he'll have some kind of padding and some kind of
protective
device there around him just to make sure.
I'm sure of that. Hey, today's Replay Rewind presented by Lerner and Rowe. Interact need a check. Just make one call, 602-977-1900. Always at lernerandrowe.com. You get a free consultation. Once again, Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Coming up, more on the Suns as radio analyst Tim Kempton is going to be our guest. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620. Here now, a Sports Center update.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Connor Collins. The Suns bounced back last night with a 127-110 win over the Portland Trail Blazers, improving to 9-6 on the season. Devin Booker and Colin Gillespie both finished with 19 points each, and they logged an impressive 19 steals, their most since 2002. A dominant 36-21 third quarter, they pulled away for good. And then, meanwhile, the Cardinals announced this morning Marvin Harrison Jr. along with Amari Mercado will be out for another week. They did open the 21-day practice window, however, for our sophomore Trey Benson. And in college football, the Arizona State Sun Devils have cracked the latest college football playoff rankings at number 25. Nobody does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Nobody. Tequila, cocktails, premium bourbon pours, top shelf spirits on ice, local crafts, and these teeth-chattering 29-degree drafts. Plus, scratch kitchen bites and actually satisfy. When it comes to happy hour, Twin Peaks doesn't play.
Mondays belong to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live from Biggs America Bar and Grill in Peoria. The guys broadcast every Monday from 1 till 4, right in P83, across from the Peoria Sports Complex at 83rd Avenue in Bell. Then stick around as they host that night's football game. Food, drinks, prizes, and a shot at cash. That's right. Each week, 20 fans get a chance to roll the dough for $10,000. $10,000 Mondays. Biggs Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Be there.
Another Arizona storm season's rolling through. Before the next big downpour hits, call State 48 Roofing for your free roof inspection. Whether it's cracked tiles, flat roofs, or old shingles, don't wait for leaks to show up. State 48 Roofing is Arizona's #1 referred roofer, trusted for over a decade in both residential and commercial roofing. Protect your home, protect your business with State 48 Roofing. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509 today.
Rock for WhiteToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
Who wants to hit LA? Sign up for the Twin Peaks Gridiron Getaway, powered by Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Grand prize, 2 tickets to see the Cards at the Rams January 4th at SoFi Stadium, hotel at the Westin LA, and a $500 Visa card. Runner-up scores a $500 big game tailgate at Twin Peaks for you and 9 friends. Scan to score at Twin Peaks or text PEAKS to 59925 to enter. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views, and football dreams.
You buckle them in, but are they really protected? In Arizona, child passenger safety starts with the right car seat. Double check that your child is in the proper seat based on their age and size, and that it's correctly installed. The wrong fit or a loose seat can put your child at serious risk. Need help installing your car seat? Certified technicians can help for free. Learn more at gohs.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
Friends and family are often the first to notice when a veteran needs help. In those moments, life can feel like the weight of the world is on their shoulders. Or like they are caught in a storm they can't escape. And the metaphors veterans often use for the challenges of life are not exaggerations. Extending a helping hand doesn't have to be just another metaphor. Learn how you could support the veteran in your life at maketheconnection.net.
It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on their new home, ESPN 620.
Booker driving through the paint, hanging and hitting himself. Call that, count that one, and the foul. It's the deuce and the damage for D-Book.
Thank you to Arizona Sports for the Suns highlight from last night's victory over the Trailblazers. Welcome in right now, Tim Kempton, Suns radio analyst. You can follow him on X at SunsTK. That is at SunsTK. All right, so I made a statement here in the first part of the show, Tim. You tell me if it's worth merit or if I just suck pond water. I stated
I'm a little worried with that prefacing you did there.
Okay,
Yes,
okay, pal.
We all are, Tim. Trust me.
So here was the statement I made, that Colin Gillespie is turning into the Indiana Pacers' T.J. McConnell. That's my statement.
Well, I like it a little bit, but I think it's a little bit of a disservice to Colin Gillespie. And nothing against T.J. McConnell, but Colin Gillespie's a better player. Colin Gillespie shoots it better. He handles the ball better, and his toughness and his IQ is at least on par with T.J. McConnell or better. I just think he overall, and again, no knock to T.J., but Colin's a better basketball player.
And I think that his energy, his shooting, but by the way, Tim, what's his range? 40 feet in? He's incredible. I mean, you watch me go. Can he go any deeper than that, or what?
Yeah, I've already started a 6-man of the year campaign for him. The hard thing about that is the 6-man usually goes to someone who scores a bunch, and I think Colin is doing so much right now. He's scoring in double digits. After last night, he's over 10 points a game. But as a guy coming off the bench, the way he organizes that second group and the way he fits in alongside of Booker when he's on the court, I think he's doing a phenomenal job. I'm dead serious. I think he could be the 6-man of the year award for a winner for what he's doing for the Suns from that position and all the responsibility he has, not only of scoring, but being a leader when he's on the floor.
You know, Tim, there seems to be a concerted effort for him to do that. I mean, 63 points from the bench. And I liken it to a little bit of a hockey line, that first line, second line, third line. Mm-hmm. Those guys take pride, either holding serve or keeping the energy. But if there's one thing Gillespie seems to do, and it seems like that's kind of a mantra with his bench, is to not let the other guys down or keep that energy up.
Yeah, without a doubt. He is a great leader that way. And again, a lot of it is just follow him. He's not really a loud vocal guy, but just follow him. And that whole group is like that. You throw Ryan Dunn in there. You throw Oso Ighodaro in there. Now you got, how about Jordan Goodwin in the backcourt? You turn your back while you're handling the ball. Jordan Goodwin is coming for it. That energy of that second group is phenomenal. I don't think there's been a time this year, obviously it's early in the season after the horrific start, giving up, 70 points a half. But since then, I don't think they've given up a lead. They've stretched it with Devin Booker sitting on the bench and Jalen Green over there and all those other guys. So they're really starting to develop a chemistry and an identity as a group that and you can see it because the bench, when they're out there doing things, you can see how excited the bench gets when those guys are out there putting it on the other team.
Tim, when you see a team have 19 steals, is that a film study type of thing, or is that just a very active defense, or understanding your backfill, the lanes, what have you? What is the main, I guess, not a culprit in a bad way, but it's the main reason why you have 19 steals, which is high in the NBA?
Yeah, it's just it's really activity and energy. It's a desire thing. It's kind of like offensive rebounding. You want it more than the other guys. You're understanding, first of all, you're locked into what the other team is doing. You understand their tendencies. So, Jordan Goodwin does it phenomenally. Colin Gillespie, you turn your back. That second group, if you watch them, they're really opportunistic on their double teams. If someone gets caught in a corner, whether it be on the baseline or up half court. Those guys use those lines as an extra defender really well, and it's nothing that's called. It's all just, reading the game, understanding court positioning, when to come. Again, I talk about Goodwin because he does such a great job. You turn your back on him, you better watch out. He's coming. But as a group, they're really locked in. They're aggressive. You look at their length, between Oso and Ryan Dunn, and they're just really opportunistic, and their energy is phenomenal.
Tim Kempton is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. Tim, earlier I played a clip of Devin Booker after the win last night. I want you to listen to this. It's only about 10 seconds long, but I want to ask you about the language that Booker uses. Here it is.
We're feeling good, man. We're young and we're youthful. We come in every day after.
There it is. We're feeling good. We are young and we are youthful. The past 2 years, I never heard that out of Devin Booker, Timmy.
Or how about the enthusiasm you hear in his voice, Tim?
Yeah,
you can hear it, and that's what young guys do, picking you up. Instead of having to come in there and lead a group, those guys are coming in there with energy that picks Devin Booker up to get excited about playing with these guys, and to a man. They do it. I mean, you mentioned all those guys that we said there, but all those Kaman Malawach, just a great attitude, someone that's always smiling and having fun. But all those young guys they're making it fun for the Devin Bookers. It's no longer drudgery. It's no longer heavy lifting for Devin to not only worry about himself but worry about his teammates. But those young guys are picking Devin up with their enthusiasm and their excitement and energy that they bring every day.
I think what's also very noticeable is seeing Mark Williams in the flow, getting more and more comfortable with his offense and his teammates. The 15 points, and what do you have? The 8 rebounds on the game that he had. 6 rebounds. But he just looks like he's part of the flow now versus a fish out of water until he kind of wades his way in, so to speak.
Yeah, we even talked about it. We had Mark Williams on the postgame last night after the win, and I specifically talked to him about, his post-up game and him feeling more comfortable and them actually starting out games, calling plays for him to get him involved in the offense. Listen, he's big. I mean, he is a big dude. He's got great footwork. His hands and his touch around the basket are good. So why not put pressure on other teams? Because that, as you know, anytime you get paint touches, whether it be through a post-up, whether it be through a dribble drive, it just makes the defense collapse a little bit. It's just natural. You follow the ball. So if the ball goes in there, the defense takes another step closer. So on the kick, and Mark's a great passer, very willing passer. He'll find you open on the three-point line. So if they double-team him, it's coming out to an open three-point shooter. So it just adds another piece of the offense. You've got the three-point shooting, obviously. You've got the dribble drives when Jalen's healthy and, Grayson and Devin. So now you have a little bit of a post-up game with Mark Williams. I think it's going to continue to grow because now, as we say, his teammates see it. They trust him. It's like, give the ball to him. He's got a 6'10" guy on him. Mm-hmm. He can score over him. So, yeah, definitely another piece of the puzzle that this coaching staff is finding out about and going to.
Okay, so a nice win last night on the road against the Blazers. Now you get the Minnesota Timberwolves. And this is a team that has talent, Tim. So take us to the game Friday night because we won't get a chance to have you on the show before that. So your thoughts on the matchup against the T-Wolves?
Well, first of all, I love the match. You got Dylan Brooks. So he'll probably start on Anthony Edwards, but that's the great makeup of this roster now is the size and the number. You throw Ryan Dunn at him, you throw Dylan Brooks at him, so he's seeing a bunch of different guys. Oso is a great matchup for Naz Reid, a big guy that likes to go outside. But now you have someone just athletic to stay with them to challenge that three-point shot. You have size with Mark Williams for for Rudy Gobert. I think they match up very, and you got to remember they lost a couple of pieces that were really. We just saw Nickeil Alexander-Walker the other night with Atlanta, so they lost a couple of pieces that you look in this box score and they don't really show up all that much, but they were definitely a part of how that team played. So I'm looking forward to this matchup. I think it's going to be it's another step. Obviously, when we started this season, did people expect the Suns to have the record that they do now? So now let's see the next step. Definitely a team that's challenged in the Western Conference over the last couple of years. You have a bona fide superstar in Anthony Edwards. So, yeah, it'll be a test, but I think the guys will be up for it. They actually get a little bit of practice time tomorrow, and looking forward to that game. It should be fun.
And Tim, to your point, it seems as though this Suns team seems to be the aggressor in these games. It seems that Jordan Knott taking that piece from Cleveland and when he was an assistant with Brooklyn Nets. Let's attack them. Let's not sit back and be the one that's coming at, especially with a team like this. Can you attack a team like the Minnesota Timberwolves on a consistent basis throughout the game?
Oh, without a doubt, because the thing about them is just like anything, they want to get out the other way. You can put them back on their heels both ways. The opportunistic double teaming. They're a team that turns the ball over a little bit if you put pressure on them. And you made a great point. It is, even in football, Manuch, if you're making the other team react to you, that's a good thing. You don't want to be sitting there, the guy back on their heels and looking over the other way. You want to be the enforcer, and that's something that this team has done, especially on the defensive end with their physicality. It starts with Dylan Brooks, but it also starts with the coaching staff changing that mentality when they came in.
Always good, pal, when you come on the show. Thank you. Enjoy the game Friday night. Looking forward to it.
And get some sleep.
Yeah, get some sleep.
Yeah. Take care, guys.
Okay, there you go. Tim Kempton, everybody, on the Suns. He's presented today by G2G Protein Bars, and you can find them in the refrigerated section at Costco, and just go online as well at G2GBar.com. Again, that's G2GBar.com. Grab-and-go goodness since 2010 on sale right now at Costco. G2G Protein Bars. When we come back, we'll do a little on this day and some football at 50 as we continue until 4 o'clock. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
When it comes to sushi, reputation matters, and Sushi Brokers Arcadia has built theirs on being the best sushi in Arizona. From traditional rolls to bold fusion creations, like our crowd favorite, Seafood Dynamite, and the must-try sushi pizza. We've got something for everyone. Our famous happy hour is every day from 3 to 6:30 with fresh favorites like the California roll, spicy tuna roll, and the surf and turf roll topped with seared steak. Sushi Brokers Arcadia, 44th Street in Indian School.
There's never been a better time to experience Sun Devil football. Pressure coming, Levitt throwing for the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown by Jordan Tyson. The Levitt to Tyson connection clicks again. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action, tradition, and unmatched atmosphere at Mountain America Stadium this season. Get your Sun Devil football tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, featuring the Callaway Elite family of drivers. Get up to 8 yards longer with more forgiveness compared to other Callaway models. Now up to $120 off. Don't forget, we have gift cards in any amount for the special golfer in your life. Shop us in-store or online. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
It's back. Sign up now for the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B annual Pro Football Pick'em Contest, powered by all 5 Twin Peaks locations. Pick the winners each week, score great prizes all season long, and earn bragging rights until next year. And don't forget, the guys are live every Thursday from 1 to 4 to kick off your football weekend at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks lodges. It's free to play and easy to join. Just head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com, powered by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views, and your home for pro football.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hi there, it's Scott from Pentatonics. So from the beginning of our journey in music, the foundation has been music education. It's so incredibly important that we continue to show kids the importance of music in our schools, in our homes, and even in the car. Music is such a powerful expression of emotion and individuality, and we are responsible for keeping the love for music alive. This message is courtesy of the United States Air Force.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B want to take you back. A quick reflection on some of the more memorable moments in sports and pop culture. Now, time for your Right Toyota On This Day report. Right Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price. Right Toyota in Scottsdale.
And by the way, we will be at Right Toyota doing the show live there in the showroom on Friday. We always have a good time when we head out to Right Toyota. Manuch, what do you got for On This Day?
Well, on November 19th, 1924, we're going to go back a few years. The Boston Bruins officially joined the National Hockey League as the first American team in the league. They were the first one to kind of break the, the initial six?
The six.
The six. All right, on November 19th, 1961, George Blanda, yes, that great kicker of the Houston Oilers passed. Yeah, he passed for 505 yards and 7 touchdowns in a 49-13 rout of the New York Titans. That's right, folks. He used to be a quarterback before he was a kicker with the Oakland Raiders. Matter of fact, I can think back to 1967, 68, 69, when he would come in as a quarterback.
Yes, he would.
And fill in for an injured Daryl LaMonica.
Yep.
And that was all before a guy by the name of Kenny Stabler, the Snake, came on the scene. Going to go back to 1966 on this day.
Mm-hmm.
The number 1 ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish and number 2 Michigan State Spartans played to a 10-10 tie.
It was awful. I remember watching the game. It was like watching paint dry.
Well, as a little guy, what was I? I was 9 at the time watching this game. It was the game of the week.
I was 37.
The game of the century is a build, right?
Yeah.
So the coach for Michigan State was Duffy Dyer.
Yep.
And then Bubba Smith was the defensive end for MSU. Ara Parsegian was the head coach for Notre Dame. And the quarterback, for all you Notre Damers, just had Tim Kempton on. Should have quizzed him on this
Should have had him if he had Terry Hanratty.
Terry Hanratty.
Yeah.
And but Notre Dame goes on to win the national title that year, going way back to 1966. And you're right. It was like, could somebody please win? Because it seemed like the game was played in the middle of the field.
It was. It was played between the 30-yard lines.
It was, and there was no overtime in those days, folks, so you know. Overtime didn't come about to maybe 15 years ago?
Yeah.
10, 15 years ago. And but you had to watch Bubba Smith, and you had to watch Notre Dame. But the only guy watch this Bubba Smith guy to see if he gets all over Notre Dame and gets all over Terry Hanratty. But it was, to your point, one of the most boring football games. I think in a couple weeks later, the thing that kind of saved all that was Ohio State, Michigan.
Yes.
You couldn't wait for all that.
Let me ask the lads. Hey, girls in the booth, here's the question. Do you guys have any idea who Bubba Smith is? Matt, no, zero. Connor?
I do not know Bubba Smith, but Matt does, so I'll let Matt take the wheel.
All right, if I tell you...
I actually don't, but I've heard the name before.
You've heard the name, okay.
Should we give him a hint?
What
Should we give him a hint?
Well, let me just say this first.
No, Bubba Gumps.
Bubba Gump Shrimp. If Bubba Smith played at Michigan State, he then played professional football for the Baltimore Colts and was a star, and then My esteemed colleague is going to give you a clue.
Yeah, he played in the movies, also Police Academy. So you might show him the tall black individual in Police Academy. Did you see all 25 of them?
Did you see Police Academy
You guys
movies?
see Police Academy?
Matt's pulling up some of his scenes here. Now that I see him, now he looks a little bit more familiar. The name didn't ring a bell, but now I see Bubba
See, you
Smith.
probably know more from the Police Academy series more so than anything. All right, Jimmy B, that's our that is our on this day. All right, little football 50. Give me some love there, Connor.
Let's go.
All right, Odell Beckham, he's off his 6-game suspension for a failed PED test. He's 33 now, and he's available. So for anybody that's hurting for wide receivers, I'm sure he's in pretty good shape. I'm sure he can still catch the ball. He made some of the greatest catches we ever saw. If you're a team hurting for wide receivers, established wide receivers, knows the game, can catch the ball, do you pick him up, put somebody else on, like a Weaver, and bring him in, put Weaver on the inactive, and bring him in for this Arizona Cardinals team? Or let me ask this: would he even want to come to the Arizona Cardinals?
That was going to be my question to you. No, he would not, and I would believe that if he does see any time on the field, it's most likely going to be for a team that has a chance to be a playoff team, and they have wide receivers that are injured and out.
Yeah, he's earned the right at 33 to kind of pick and choose.
I agree.
And if he wants to come back and kind of work his way into it, but if somebody signs him, I'm sure they sign him like on a Monday, that he'd be available, I would think, that Sunday for a game to play. So I think Odell Beckham, he's still got a lot of juice in him.
I think he should still have some game.
Still catch the ball.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, little wrist update for all you Steeler fans, which I'm a Steeler fan.
Okay.
He's got a slight break in that left wrist.
Wait a minute, what's the difference between a break and a slight break?
Well, I would call it like a fracture.
Okay, why don't they say fracture?
I don't know. It's just the technicalities of these doctors. Slight break, fracture. But I think that if he has to sit for a couple weeks, that Mason Rudolph, who's back with them as the backup, should be fine with the Steelers team. He knows the offense. He knows what they can do. Or the other thing, too, is they can put that soft cast on that left wrist.
Exactly.
As long as it's not painful. When you go under center, though, if they snap the ball, and it should hit your top hand, but if it hits that left hand, that bottom hand, that could bring a tear to your eye. So they would probably go majority shotgun if Aaron Rodgers, and under center, they just got to make sure that the center snaps his top hand.
Right. Yeah.
You just got to make sure that happens. Looks like Shedeur Sanders.
Yep.
He's the guy for the Cleveland Browns. Dylan Gabriel's going to remain in concussion protocol.
Okay.
And
didn't he have an issue when he came in and played last weekend? Didn't his house get broken into?
Well, yeah, that's the other thing, too. Glad you brought that up. Another house broken into while an athlete is playing in the game. Shedeur Sanders, somebody broke into his house there in Cleveland, stole $200,000.
Wow.
So let me ask you a question, Jimmy.
Okay, my brother.
If I'm going to have that, $200,000 worth of merchandise, cash, all the above.
I got the cash in my wallet.
Okay,
right now.
that's all I got, too. Okay, so if you've got all kinds of, bling and cash or whatever laying around, now if you took a TV off the wall or something like that, okay, there's not much you can do. Don't you have a safe?
You would think so. You would think so.
If I'm with everything that's been going on, Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce,
Joe Burrow.
I can go on and on. Look at the NBA guys. I think what I would probably do if I'm making, $5, $6, $7 million a year, when I'm on the road or I'm at a game, I think I'm going to have a security guard, not just Barney Fife security guard. I'm going to have me a security guard with a gun that is like, if you're going to get to his cash, his merch, you got to get past me. Why do these guys not learn? And you got $200,000 worth of stuff.
I'm with you 100%.
And I bet imagine it's probably a lot of the jewelry.
I'm sure.
I mean, unless there's other things. They talk. What's a lava lamp worth anymore? $10.
I used to have black lights in my place.
Black lights, lava lamps. Anyways, last but not least, Michael Penix Jr. He did suffer a partially torn left ACL. He is out for the Falcons for the rest of the year. That means that. You like that? You like that?
I do like that.
Kirk Cousins.
That's him.
He's the guy that's going to be running the show for this Atlanta Falcons team. So again,
that's wild.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Yep.
And you look at the Cardinals schedule. And you got Jacksonville this week. You got Atlanta 4 games down the road. But looks like Tag, he's it. I don't even know who the backup is for Atlanta after Cousins.
I don't either.
He'll dink and dunk, and he'll take care of the ball.
Yep.
But they won't have the explosiveness that a Michael Penix would have at quarterback. And Connor, what will you tell me? This is like the 25th injury he's had over the last 5 years, give or take, something in that.
For Michael Penix, this is, I believe, the 7th major injury that he's had.
Wow.
But it comes down to the 4th major knee injury that he's had.
Ooh, that's not good.
For a young guy,
Yeah.
Jimmy B, I was telling Connor on the way in as we kind of went over the show, he may be having those artificial knees by the time he's 50.
Ooh, boy, you're not kidding.
I mean, it's just unfortunate because he was just starting to get his groove as far as running this team.
You guys got any idea who Barney Fife is? No, they're just
You guys
shaking.
know who Barney Fife is?
You not know
You know what?
Barney
That one
Fife?
actually does sound familiar to me, but I still don't know.
Nickelodeon at night, the Andy
Oh,
Griffith
man.
Show, all the rerun, Nick at Night.
Coming up, everybody, hour number 2, we're going to do our AmVet segment. We have Campus Quickies at the bottom of the hour as well. We're rolling until 4 o'clock. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620 on the FM dial, 98.7 HD-2, streaming on the Arizona Sports app.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
May I help you? I just wanted to request a late checkout, please. Of course. That's $30 per hour for up to 4 hours. Huh. Okay, but if you can offer a late checkout, then that probably means no one is staying in that room. So if it's empty, maybe I can just stay a few extra hours. Oh, aren't you adorable?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
It's truck time at Sanderson Ford. Now, get 0% financing, 0 down payment, and 0 payments for 90 days on over 130 F-150 trucks in all trim levels with 3 available motors. Get 0% financing, 0 down payment, and 0 payments for 90 days on 54 Transit vans in stock. And get 0% financing, 0 down payment, and 0 payments for 90 days on 370 Super Duty trucks on the lot. Need a work truck? We have service trucks, dump trucks, flatbeds, and more that may qualify for Section 179 tax deductions. So if you want selection, low prices, and 0% financing, you want Sanderson Ford, America's most awarded Ford dealership for complete customer satisfaction with no hassle, no pressure, and no nonsense. This is Sanderson Ford Country, your Operation Santa Claus dealership. 0% for 60 months, 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days OAC from Ford Credit, plus tax, title, license, and $4.99 doc fee. Offers on regular and Super Cab Super Duties. Most awarded based off 27 President and 20 Triple Crown Ford Motor Company awards. Offer expires 1/5/26.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venencia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venencia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per-person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with the perfect plan to ensure everyone's well-fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venencia's to the table. Text catering to 411-24/7. That's catering to 411-247 or Venencias.com.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports. Is ESPN 620.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G protein bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G protein bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I'm Kevin Rowe from Lerner and Rowe, and we've been serving Arizonans for 20 years. Make the best choice after an accident. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
And now, an on-air sports marketing presentation. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD-2, and streaming live at ArizonaSports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Welcome back, everybody. We roll all the way till 4 o'clock. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620. The Suns get a nice win on the road in Portland last night, and it is U of A at UConn tonight in a monumental matchup in college basketball. Manuch, I cannot wait for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Let's begin quickly. Your thoughts on the Suns' victory on the road?
I think it was good. They took care of business, right? And I think those are some of the things that we look at. And I think one thing in particular is when you look at all the things that are going on and all the things that are happening, those are some of the things that you definitely like about this Phoenix Suns team. And from that standpoint, you know, from the Suns overall, the aggressiveness, some of the things that they're looking at, some of the things that they want to make sure are very, very key for this Phoenix Suns team. You look at the bench, 63 points off the bench, and you see that. You see the balanced scoring. And a couple of things that you look at from the balanced scoring and the attack that you have is they don't miss a beat.
Right.
And I think that, you know, we talked about that early. You see a lot of teams that we look at that have won. Look at OKC last year. I mean, their bench would come off and they would just continue to be aggressive. And if there's one thing that we really look at that is aggressive, it's the aggressiveness that we see with this team overall in making sure that they've got those kind of things to have. So I think more than anything, watching this Suns team, they were up by 25 at one particular time. You win that game by 17. And I think those are some of the things. You go into Portland, you take care of business, get a couple of days off. You got Minnesota on Friday, and then you got San Antonio on Sunday.
All right, and the college basketball game tonight is a dandy. Manuch, this is going to be a lot of fun, and it's another huge test for U of A. They went to UCLA, won that game on the Bruins' home court at Pauley Pavilion. Now they are on the road at UConn. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch that tonight. We always do our AmVet segment at this time throughout at least once a month, and so we're going to do that right now. I'm going to introduce to you Paula Pedney. Did I say your last name correctly or not?
Almost. It's Paula Pedine.
Okay, Paula Pedine. Paula, thank you so much, and thank you for the correction. We always do our AmVet segment. It's presented by American Veterans Magazine, celebrating and supporting Arizona veterans. Paula, give us a little background then on your veteran activities.
So I'm a U.S. Navy veteran. I served during the Cold War, and then I re-enlisted during Desert Storm because it was really important, I think, at the time to ensure that we had the assets that we needed, even though I had gotten out. And after the Navy, I worked with the Department of Veterans Affairs and became a VA Public Affairs Officer. And I did that for 30 years. And then in 2020, I picked up the job I currently have, which is the executive director of a nonprofit called Honoring America's Veterans. And that's really all we do. We honor veterans through parades, through veterans forums. We host the Pearl Harbor Day event that's taking place in Phoenix, Arizona on December 6th. We have a Tattered Flag project that we partner with various fire departments on for 9/11. So it's all about making sure that our military veterans are remembered and honored and recognized.
Paul, before we dive into that, define the Cold War and militarily. What happens? I think of are there our CIA guys out there in trench coats walking around in Germany, or I mean, how from a military standpoint, define the Cold War? What happens?
Cold War, yeah. So the chilling of the relationships between Russia and the U.S. and the threat of nuclear power, and who would, be the one that would be dumb enough to obliterate the earth. Yes. So it was all about sensing and finding out where their people were, and they were trying to find out where our people were. And a lot of it was actually done with submarines, because at the point in time, this is way before we have all the technology we had. Right. We had to put sonar buoys underneath the ocean floor and then monitor and track them. And we had what we called ocean system technicians, and they would monitor any movement and, kind of, you're looking for the ping,
right? Yes.
Kind of thing. Yeah. So it was really the chilling of the relations between the two. And, I think all of us were really thrilled when Reagan, told Gorbachev, let's tear down this wall, because that was really, the relationships are really what matters. The relationships with leaders are really what matters in keeping our country safe, more than I think. Although deterrence is a part of it. Sure. The 3 Ds are diplomacy, deterrence, and defense. That's what we look at. And I think diplomacy really does the most work to keep us safe.
Does it amaze you when you look at the military hardware, Army, Navy, Air Force, the Marines that we have out there? And when was the emphasis to really ramp that up? Was it 5 years ago, 25 years ago? And on top of that, Paula, what motivated that emphasis to amp that up as far as our military hardware?
Well, I do think it was the relationships, and the fact that the technology of nuclear weapons and, whose hands was that technology falling into. And I remember when I was in the Navy, the first time from 1978 to 1986, Secretary Lehman at the time wanted a 600 ship Navy. We were, building and trying to get up to those numbers. And that has since fallen by the wayside and faded. I don't even know if we have half that now. I'm not sure. I haven't checked lately. But, I do think it's how threatened a country feels, how, what is the counterintelligence telling us? Who are the ones that are trying to hurt us? Like, unfortunately, they heard the chatter about 9/11, but didn't really pinpoint it. Sure. They weren't able to pinpoint it. And the way that they did that, just like blending into our society and getting the pilots and teaching them at our schools and getting in, building friendships with other Americans who, didn't know, and those kinds of things. It can be, concerning. And I think that, unfortunately, if you look back in time, when has the world never not been fighting? Pretty much. It's been, the wars that in the Bible go way back.
Oh, yeah.
Jerusalem's going to take this hill. And, it's like, why are we like that? Why does it always have to be a brute force kind of a thing that, has to win? And why do we need more land than what we currently have? And I don't know.
There's a whole nother show for that right there,
yeah,
Paula.
There is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hey, Paula, let everybody know once again now what you're involved in and how you're helping people.
So we run a nonprofit called Honoring America's Veterans. We established ourselves in 2011, and our primary function at the time was to support the Phoenix Veterans Day Parade. That was right at before the wait time scandal that VA had, and the VA decided to walk away from the parade. So it was important for us to ensure that veterans here in Arizona, of which there are 600,000, still had an honor and recognition event on their special day, which is Veterans Day. So since that time, though, as our veteran service organizations like the Disabled American Veterans, the American Legion, the Veterans of Foreign War, get a little older and their membership goes a little softer, we have had numerous groups turn to us and say, we can no longer do the Pearl Harbor Day event at Wesley Bolin Plaza. Would you be willing to pick it up? And we did. And then we had another group that came to us and said, we need help with our Memorial Day event. So we were able to help them. And then we decided to start the Tattered Flag Project because one of our board members had noticed that nobody was going around and picking up worn, torn, and tattered flags and disposing of them, retiring them, as we say, appropriately. So it's kind of what started as a one-event platform has now changed into a multi-event platform where we're able to do things respectfully, keep in line with the military camaraderie that we have. Once you're in, you know what that's like, and kind of build on that and keep the fact that, you know, these men and women, myself included, gave a portion of our lives to defend our freedom. And we did that because we feel a calling to do that. It's a volunteer, you know, I volunteered. It's an all volunteer force now. The draft is long gone. So we're reliant on volunteers who are willing to serve, willing to do that extra bit of protection for our country. And I think that honoring and recognizing that service is important.
Paula, it's terrific to have you on the show. Thank you so much for checking in with us. And we acknowledge all of the statements that you made. And thank you so much for your service.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If I could share our website. It's
sure.
Honoring
Go
America's
right ahead.
Veterans.
Yeah.
Yep. HonoringAmericasVeterans.org. We always need volunteers. We always need donors. We need sponsors. So if you're willing to help support our nation's veterans in a beautiful way of honoring and recognizing them, please do so through HonoringAmericasVeterans.org.
Paula, you have a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You got it. Hey, this segment is presented by AmVetsMag.com, and they are celebrating and supporting Arizona veterans, leading source for veterans news, business directory that includes free listings, veteran-owned businesses, veteran service organizations, businesses that offer discounts to veterans. Once again, American Veterans Magazine. You can find it online, AmVetsMag.com. Again, that is AmVetsMag.com. All right, when we come back, we're going to get into the Bigs talk. That's correct. We have a big weekend coming up in the Suns with Minnesota coming into town Friday and San Antonio on the weekend. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G protein bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G protein bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Road is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Road is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Road is the way to go.
I'm Kevin Rowe from Lerner and Rowe, and we've been serving Arizonans for 20 years. Make the best choice after an accident. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
At Stretch Lab, it's not just athletes getting better, it's everyday people moving and feeling their best. Each one-on-one session is customized to you, guided by certified flexologists who help improve mobility, flexibility, and recovery. Whether you're chasing touchdowns or chasing the kids, Stretch Lab keeps you loose, strong, and ready for anything. Stretch your potential today. Find your nearest location at stretchlab.com.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net, personal, reliable, and supportive. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. With Crest, you're not only protecting what matters most, but also helping to build stronger, more resilient communities. Crest Insurance, service you can count on.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game and a tie. The type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
All month long, celebrate National Dessert Month with sweet endings like our Cinnamon Toast Crunch, cheesecake topped with rum chata sauce, or the Twin Peaks Sundae with vanilla ice cream and a warm Ghirardelli brownie, paired with a screwball peanut butter whiskey for the ultimate game day finish.
Lost your health insurance? There are options to help you stay covered. Choices include Medicaid, individual and families, Medicare, and group plans. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona is a local nonprofit health insurance company that can help you understand your options, no matter who you choose. Stay covered, Arizona. We've got your back. Learn more at azblue.com/options or call 1-844-584-BLUE. This message is brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona.
Let's get back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B now on ESPN 620.
Next man up, we figure it out. Guys are ready. Guys are hungry to play. Like I always say, Jordan Goodwin, Isaiah Livers, also guys that are ready to play. So Nick Richards. So, we all ready to play. We got confidence in each other to make plays. And shoot, I forgot. My boy Villain Jr. played a hell of a game, man. I told him to shoot that, mid-range with confidence, and, he did tonight.
That is Dylan Brooks after the win last night. Thank you to NBC for that audio clip. The Suns with a 127-110 win over the Portland Trailblazers last night. They are off today and tomorrow, and then the Minnesota T-Wolves come into town for a matchup downtown at the arena. So, Manuch, I found this really interesting, and we discussed it a little bit in the first hour, but let's kind of dive into this. The Phoenix Suns defense racked up 19 steals. 19 steals in that game, and there's a little note here. It says it's the most since 2002. I mean, that's incredible. You just don't get 19 steals in a game.
Well, the thing that you kind of notice is you saw a lot of steals or passes intercepted. You really didn't notice that till you see that on the stat sheet afterwards.
Yeah.
Only problem with that somewhat negated that is that 18 turnovers, Jimmy B.
Yeah.
The turnover monster just continues to plague the Suns team, and they also gave up 27 points off the turnovers. Again, if this Suns team would just, 10 to 12 per game, not only would they be winning by 17 points, they might be blowing out teams by 25, 30. Now, their biggest lead in the game was 25 points, and Portland started hitting a few threes.
They did.
They made their run. But again, if you look at that, that's phenomenal. They out-rebounded Portland, but it's the steals were great. That's all well and good. But when you continue to turn the ball over, and also you give up more fast break points to the opponent, fortunately, this team had 63 points off the bench, and they had, six individuals in double figures.
Right.
So they've got enough offense that really puts the pedal to the metal, which now the Suns are averaging right around 118 points per game. Which
and
is
they
good.
did that without Grayson Allen and also without Jalen Green, who, as everybody knows and we've talked about, is going to be on the mend for at least another 4 weeks.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. I mean, you think of Jalen Green, you think of the quad injury with Grayson Allen. there's a couple guys there. But if you can hold serve until they get back, and once they get back, I don't think Grayson Allen and Jalen Green, neither one will have any issue blending in with this offense.
Oh, I agree.
But I think really, you watch Dylan Brooks, you watch Booker. Mark Williams is really looking more and more comfortable. And Jimmy, I didn't realize, because I didn't watch a lot of Mark Williams when he was back east with was it North?
Well,
Charlotte?
he was with Charlotte,
Yeah, so
and he never
him.
played. He was always hurt.
But he's really good around the rim with both hands.
Yeah,
he's got great footwork. How many alley-oops did we see last night? Maybe five or six?
I saw those, yeah. And look, he is a monster. When we talked to Tim Kempton earlier, he says you have to stand by him, and you cannot believe how big a guy he is. Kempton's a big guy. Tim Kempton,
big guy, sure
6'10". He's a big guy, and when he stands next to Mark Williams, he looks small. It's amazing the man that Mark Williams is.
Well, I think he's so long too.
Yes,
I mean, what is 7'1",
he's 7'2", roughly.
Yeah, he's just very long. He's very active, and I remember when the Suns drafted DeAndre Ayton, and DA at 7'7", how athletic he is. He was running the court, shooting, defense, being active. By the way, he's extremely active with the Lakers, by the way, that being DeAndre Ayton, because there's a guy named LeBron.
I know that guy.
Yeah, he holds him accountable 24/7, 365. But I think to your point, though, Jimmy, it's fun to see the energy, them push the ball, 4 or 5 passes. They kicked it in, they kicked it out. They swung it around the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
Guys open in this corner, guys open in that corner. And to see them hit, especially Gillespie.
Colin Gillespie,
Wow.
19 points last night.
But just they're there for about a 5-minute stretch. I'm like, really, guys? 81 3-pointers were shot in that game. I bet there must have been 10, 15 in that time span of 5 minutes on both sides.
Yeah.
And then, the Suns were pretty good at making, what were they, 35%?
Yep.
And Portland was 28%. They couldn't hit the water from the boat at times. But, I mean, there's at times in the NBA, somebody take it to the rack.
Yeah.
Alley-oop it, go in for a layup. Dylan Brooks, every once in a while you'll see him. He's good. I mean, he's around the rim. He's got the shot. He'll take it down low. But some of the mismatches we see, I'm like, could somebody I don't know, alley-oop it or take a mid-range, free. It's like, okay, we're back to this now. But they will be back to that. But they've got the shooters to do that.
Minnesota, Friday, the Spurs on Sunday. Let me go back to something that you said.
Coming in, Jimmy.
Yeah. Let me go back to something that you referenced when you're discussing DeAndre Ayton. Don't you find it interesting that when Ayton was selected and then didn't turn out the way that everybody hoped, and everybody said, you should have picked Luka. You should have taken Luka Doncic. Manuch, they now play on the same team in Los Angeles.
And isn't it interesting that either one of them is not with their original team?
Yeah.
Think about that. DA went from Phoenix to Portland to now L.A.
Right.
And now they're both, who would have ever thunk it that they'd both be on the same team? But here's the common denominator, Jimmy B.
Okay.
That guy named LeBron James.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Holding them accountable,
and he is
responsible, and making sure they're viable every game. Luka lost. He's probably lost 30 pounds.
Oh, he did,
give or take.
Yeah.
And DA he looks more physical. He's got more muscle to him. He's got more tone.
He looks like the guy that everybody thought they were getting when they were selected by the Suns.
Well, you got to remember, he's only 19 years old when he came
at
out.
the time.
He had 1 year at U of A, and for a guy to go down there and have all those skills in 1 year at U of A and play so well, and then see him with the Suns, but to watch him now get up and down the court with a purpose and have something in mind is it's been fun to watch.
The funny story from last night. Apparently, the reporters were talking to DA after the game. And LeBron James threw him a couple of alley-oop passes that he flushed. And the reporters asked him about getting those. And he said something to the effect of, well, those aren't the first ones. The very first one was when I was in 8th grade, and he threw me one. at his basketball camp. He was in 8th grade.
Isn't that amazing?
And LeBron in his 23rd season.
Life comes at you full circle sometimes.
It really did.
Are these the same Timberwolves we saw in the finals a couple years ago?
No, they've had some radical changes player-wise. They're not the same. They do have still Rudy Gobert in the middle. They still have Ant-Man, and I love watching Anthony Edwards play. It's going to be a lot of fun on Friday night to see. Dylan Brooks is going to get that assignment, and probably Ryan Dunn as well.
So DiVincenzo's kind of the guy now, right? It started as that point/shooting guard.
Yes, that would be the guy.
So Michael Conley's just the guy off the bench
now. He comes off the bench.
But he can still light it up.
Oh, yeah.
He's still got enough left to 35 years old, whatever he is.
Yeah.
But you look at this bench and you talk about Naz Reid and how well he's played.
He's playing great.
And then you got Clark, and then, Shannon's out. Shannon Jr.'s out.
Right.
But you just wonder, when you see a team make the kind of run that they had a couple years ago, what happens? They basically got the same group. So I think that this test for the Suns at home will be another one of those good litmus tests that they need early on in the season. It's just unfortunate you don't have Grayson Allen there, you don't have Green there to make sure that they're all good to go by the time Christmas and early January comes around. But I think they'll be just fine till they get to that point, and they can start blending them in at that time.
All right, we're going to take a quick timeout, and when we come back, it is Campus Quickies. We're going to do ASU, U of A, and NAU. However, we've got an ESPN 620 Sports Center update right now.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Connor Collins. The Suns bounced back last night with a 127-110 win over the Portland Trail Blazers, improving to 9-6 on the season. Both Devin Booker and Colin Gillespie each scored 19 points, and the Suns logged an impressive 19 steals, the most that they've had since 2002. Meanwhile, the Cardinals announced this morning that Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be missing another week at least. Amari DiMercato remains sidelined, but they have opened the 21-day practice window for rookie Trey Benson. And in college football, the Arizona State Sun Devils have cracked the latest college football playoff rankings at number 25, giving them a little bit of hope here as the season wraps. Looking for a job where you can have fun, build great friendships, and make serious money? Twin Peaks is hiring. Twin Peaks girls, cooks, bussers, barbacks, you name it. Fast-paced, high-energy, great pay, and an atmosphere that feels like family. Text WORK for TP.
Now open in North Scottsdale, it's the Orangedale Lounge. OD's, right off Thompson Peak and Bell, next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, a one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, featuring the tailor-made QI35 Woods. The tailor-made QI35 driver delivers explosive distance and undeniable forgiveness. Now up to $100 off. Don't forget we have gift cards in any amount for the special golfer in your life. Shop us in-store or online at WorldwideGolf.com. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Road is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Road is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Road is the way to go.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Being in an auto accident is traumatic. You need to call the best law firm that has the experience to get you the best results. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Turner and Road is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says,
avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
We all have someone we love, like the favorite lyric in our favorite song. You can't imagine life without them. Cancer screening tests can help keep the person you love around longer by detecting changes before cancer develops, or catch it early when it may be easier to treat. And many tests are available for free or are covered by insurance. It's time to sound like a broken record. Tell all your friends and family, I love you. Get screened. Visit cancer.org/getscreened to learn more.
Campus Quickies, your weekly quick look at the Sun Devils, Wildcats, Lumberjacks, and Lopes info. Exclusively on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. We get going here with our Campus Quickies. Let's don't waste any time. Let's begin with ASU.
A field goal to put the Devils in the lead. The kick is airborne. It's got the distance, and the kick is good. Jesus Gomez knocks it in from 49 yards away to put Arizona State back in the lead with 2:44 remaining.
Thank you to Arizona Sports for that clip and the victory over West Virginia. Joining us right now, Hode Rubino, Devil's Digest. You can find him on X at Devil's Digest. That's at Devil's Digest. So, Hode, I don't think we have much to talk about. There's nothing really swirling around campus.
Got your seatbelt on, buddy?
Yeah, here we go. I hope you're sitting down, pal. Let's start then with Sam Levitt and everything that is swirling on that. Manuch believes where there's smoke, there's fire. Are you buying the rumors?
100% I'm buying the rumors. I mean, I don't think anybody in his camp is denying that he's shopping himself around to the highest bidder. I'm not saying the door is totally closed on ASU until it's actually closed. But I think that if you're actively shopping around, you're definitely not probable to come back to ASU. You're questionable at best. Mm-hmm. So I know some folks have issue with the doubtful in terms of how describing the chances of Sam Levitt being back. But again, if you are all in on ASU and you're probable to come back, then you're not shopping yourself around. I think it's pretty common sense.
And I don't think anybody should be surprised whatsoever. I understand loyalty and what everybody's hoping for, but this is just the way college football is right now, Hody. Everybody's a free agent, year in and year out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. It's definitely the sad reality of college football and NIL and a transfer portal where players can come and go as much as they want. I mean, I understand players needing to get compensated when their school is making tens of millions of dollars. I get that. I get it that if coaches are allowed to switch schools every year, then players should be allowed the same freedom. But I also think there's definitely a downside to that. And maybe ASU did not get hit as much as other schools out there. But nonetheless, losing your starting quarterback, or at least, potentially a high probability losing your starting quarterback is not ideal. So, yes, that's the new reality of college football. I'm confident that if Sam Levitt does leave, that Kenny Dillingham can find a suitable replacement. Sure. I mean, let's face it, Sam Levitt wasn't a hot name when he entered the transfer portal out of Michigan State, and look at his career and how well he did here in Tempe. So I think Kenny Dillingham can take another quarterback that may be somewhat obscure in terms of accomplishments, and he will have a good career in Tempe. But is it ideal to lose Sam Levitt? Absolutely not.
So you're saying they got a chance. You beat West Virginia. you got Colorado. Yeah. You got UVA. So you're saying there's a slim chance they could be sneaking in the back doors, they say in Texas.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think the door is totally shut. But look, guys, we just live in a world where optics is everything. And right now the optics are not great in terms of Sam Levitt and his camp shopping his services to other schools. That is something that's undeniable, and I hope that ASU fans do realize that. Are some ASU fans going to be forgiving and still welcome him back? when if he does decide to come back to ASU, sure, and that's totally fine. And that's a prerogative. And I think ASU fans would want to have Sam Levitt back at ASU if he's totally committed to staying here and make the team even better in 2026. But again, this is the reality of college football, and until there are really strong safeguards concerning NIL and not some Mickey Mouse rules right now that have 10,000 loopholes, or maybe even more loopholes than they were 2 years ago. This is a situation that we're going to be faced in. And again, maybe some years the ASU won't get hit that hard. Maybe some years are not going to be so kind. And again, losing your starting quarterback, at least potentially losing your starting quarterback, is not ideal.
40 seconds. Your quick thoughts on the way the basketball team has played so far.
Look, I've been fairly impressive. I think even that loss at Gonzaga, they definitely not embarrassed themselves out there. Did have some lapses, but I thought their second half defense against the Zags was really good. And I think they showed a lot of grit and resolve, beating a Georgia State team that really had their way in the first half. So I'm encouraged what I see with Bobby Hurley. They got a game against Hawaii tomorrow. They got the Maui Invitational next week. So the caliber of competition, at least in some games, is going to be higher. And we'll get maybe a truer picture of what we've seen from the Sun Devils so far. But for right now, I don't think anybody should complain on how this ASU basketball team has looked. I think in some respects, maybe even better than last year.
Hode, you have a great day, pal. Thank you as always.
Keep us posted.
Thank you, guys.
There you go. That's Hode Rubino, Devil's Digest. Let's go south to Tucson.
Throw with some time waits towards the back of the end zone. Got a man open. It is caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Geno Richardson, the freshman, hauls it in. And Noah Fafita has just set the school record for career touchdown passes. That was number 68 for Noah.
Thank you to U of A Radio Network. And that means Steve Rivera, sports talk show host, Fox Sports 1450 in Tucson, is our guest. You can follow him on X at Steve Rivera 95. Welcome, Steve. Man, that was a nice win on the road at Cincinnati. They got to be pretty pumped right now in Tucson.
Yeah, I think so. Hey, guys, good to be with you. I agree with you. Let me tell you, I was one of the skeptics throughout this year. You just didn't know how good this team is or could be or whatever. But that was probably his best win in his 2 years here with Brennan. What I've said in the show this week is, I don't believe in momentum, but this team does have a lot of confidence.
And Steve, I liken that to like last year when Kenny Dillingham went on the road and beat my K-State Wildcats in Manhattan, Kansas. That was a growth year for them to eventually go on and win the Big 12 championship. You just said it right there. That was a huge step in the right direction to go on the road and beat number 25 ranked Cincinnati.
Yeah, no question. It gives them that extra bump. They can kind of feel exactly what you said. There had to take a special moment to get them over the hump. You guys saw it last year in covering your ASU team. I'm seeing it now. What they cannot do, what they cannot afford to do, is stumble here in the next 2 weeks. Although we all know, right, on this conversation, that next week's game with ASU, it could be anybody's game.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you on that. Take me to tonight, because both Manuch and I, man, we're looking forward to watching this hoop game as U of A is at UConn. How do you see this playing out?
And Steve, talk about big boy basketball here, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I'm still looking forward to, as you bring up that word, to my lunch with you guys or dinner or whatever it was from last year.
That's right. You didn't get that bologna sandwich in the mail?
Peanut butter and jelly?
Yeah, you didn't get that yet.
I know you guys make some big-time bucks, so we're going to go
So tonight's game, how do you see the Cats handling the UConn there in UConn?
To me, they've been a surprise to this point. Not a big surprise, but a nice surprise with everybody playing so well. I think they're going to lose. I don't know if you've noticed, but the game started out at 4.5. It's now at 6.5.
Wow.
So, I think the people think that UConn's going to handle them at home. I kind of tend to agree, if not totally agree. If this game was somewhere on a neutral court, somewhere in the middle of the United States, I wouldn't know what to say. But Arizona has played above its level so far, but it always does in November, always.
And the thing, Steve, that really stood out in that UCLA game, that the young guys looked a little, I'm not going to say deer in the headlights, but you needed Bradley and Del Orso to kind of salvage or save the young guys to win that UCLA game. Do you see a lot of that in tonight's game as well?
Yeah, I don't know, but you remember the freshmen came through that first game when the other guys couldn't come through. So I think you're going to see a lot of that throughout the year because on any given day, and I hate to use that term, somebody will show up, and they have enough of those guys where somebody else will show up. But it could come in bunches, so young guys, old guys. The good thing is they have enough 8 guys that'll fill in and do the work.
It's always good, pal, when we catch up with you. You have a great day. Thank you, Steve.
See you next week, baby. Thank you.
There you go. That's Steve Rivera, everybody. Once again, you can follow him on X at Steve Rivera 95. Let's go to the Snowy Mountain.
Line of NAU. Grigsby back to pass. He's in trouble. Throws up a desperate. And it's picked off. The Lumberjacks are going to win this game. Jalen Wesley with the interception. Another one for the Lindenwood transfer.
We thank you to Mitch Stroman and the NAU Radio Network. You can follow Mitch at Mitch Stroman on X. That's at Mitch Stroman on X. All right, Mitch. When we had Coach on and talked to him last week, I asked him the question, do you still tell the kids you can still be a playoff team? So after that win, is that still the line that everybody is using? We can still be a playoff team.
Yeah, Jimmy B, absolutely. Great to be with you guys, by the way, here for Campus Quickies on the Wednesday. And you're absolutely right. That is definitely the narrative, and that is the messaging. But look, everybody knows, including every single one of the players on this Lumberjack football team. They know what's at stake. They know what they're playing for in the Red Rock Rivalry Trophy in Ogden against Weber State Saturday afternoon. Trophy, that's all nice and good. They want the trophy. They want to keep it, but they know that they must beat Weber State, must beat the Wildcats to be in the conversation, in the room with the FCS committee, the playoff selection committee for that at-large bid into the FCS playoffs. It's just a simple question of math. We need to get to 8 Division I wins, and that's the only way to do it. Beat the Wildcats Saturday afternoon in Ogden, Utah.
And it seems as though Ty Pennington has taken his game to yet another level. What was he, 24 for 26, 24 for 27? Mitch, I can't do that versus air, okay? That's hard to do, let alone. But he's really taken that leadership role of, okay, hop on, let's go get this thing done, and hopefully you can do that against Weber State Saturday.
Pennington is at that next level. You nailed that one, Manuch. Nailed it. I mean, I haven't seen that kind of completion percentage since, your high school days asking out girls for dates to the prom. I
wasn't that high a percentage, trust me.
I can't tell you, man. The guy is just absolutely laser beaming throws right now. It's like he is. It's like he's got a laser pointer in his throwing arm where you can just dial that in right to who he wants it. Mostly Colby Katzis, by the way. But yeah, he is really on fire. I think, honestly, potentially, this is a kid that might be able to play somewhere at the next level. He's got the size, toughness, the ability, the smarts, and he is leading this Lumberjack offense into the stratosphere, down the home stretch. Now, can the defense and special teams deliver on Saturday? Need that to happen, and we need to be very, very careful with this Weber State team. That's, their senior day. It's their last opportunity. It's a trophy game, Manuch, and you know how that goes. In rivalry games, you flip a coin, no matter what the records are.
Mitch, we'll let you go on this. So did you guys just do a flyby to Embry-Riddle? I'm sorry, I couldn't pass that up because it was ugly.
Well, or how about this? You grounded Embry-Riddle.
Yeah.
last night. I couldn't resist that
That
either.
too.
Mitch.
There you go. There's your metaphor. Yeah, we grounded the Eagles. It was a big win for Shane Burkhart's Lumberjack basketball team last night. But, hey, I really like that Embry-Riddle team. Props to them. NAIA team, they're going to be a tough out in their conference, and we were thankful to have them come up and give us a game here in Flagstaff. But, yeah, we grounded the Aeronautical Eagles.
How much snow you got on the ground?
It's about 1.5 inches so far. It's the wet stuff.
Yeah.
Really heavy, really wet and sloppy. And, it's kind of weird. We were going to practice outside in the snow today, but it was just getting too dangerous, too unsafe on the practice turf outside. So they moved practice into the Sky Dome. And that's the beauty sometimes of having an indoor football stadium, guys. You can make that change on the fly, call an audible.
Always good, pal, when we catch up with you. Thank you, Mitch. Have a great day.
Back at you guys. Go Jacks.
There you go, Mitch Stroman, everybody. You can follow him on Twitter or X at Mitch Stroman. Campus Quickies presented today by All City Towing. Join All City Towing. It's Arizona's largest towing company, and they are hiring. And if you're looking for a new gig, you want to do something different, then you need to contact All City Towing. Here's all you have to do. Just go online and go to allcitytowing.com and search careers. Again, that is allcitytowing.com. It's All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward. When we come back, our Big's Big Time Player of the Week. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Who wants to hit LA? Sign up for the Twin Peaks Gridiron Getaway, powered by Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Grand prize, 2 tickets to see the Cards at the Rams January 4th at SoFi Stadium, hotel at the Westin LA, and a $500 Visa card. Runner-up scores a $500 big game tailgate at Twin Peaks for you and 9 friends. Scan to score at Twin Peaks or text Peaks to 59925 to enter. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views, and football dreams.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
Jaw-dropping stunts, high-flying tricks, heart-pounding excitement. Nitro Circus is back. The all-new off-the-rails tour. Gravity-defying thrill seekers and world-class daredevils at the top of their game. FMX, BMX, skate, scooter, and everything in between. Experience all new competitions that pit the best against the best in never-been-done showdowns. Nitro Circus. Friday, December 5th, Desert Diamond Arena. Join the action at Ticketmaster.com.
Mondays belong to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live from Big's America Bar and Grill in Peoria. The guys broadcast every Monday from 1 till 4, right in P83, across from the Peoria Sports Complex at 83rd Avenue in Bell. Then stick around as they host that night's football game. Food, drinks, prizes, and a shot at cash. That's right. Each week, 20 fans get a chance to roll the dough for $10,000. $10,000. Mondays, Big's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Be there.
At National Geographic Society, we believe in the power of wonder. It drives us to explore, pushes us to see the world differently, moves us to action. And we believe that today, wonder is more essential than ever. Wow. That's why we're supporting a new generation of explorers to ask big questions, make breakthroughs, and bring the future closer. Wonder awaits. Will you join us? Visit natgeo.org/wonder.
All right, son. Time to put out this campfire.
Dad, we learned about this in school.
Oh, did you now? Okay. What's first?
Smokey Bear said to.
First, drown it with a bucket of water, then stir it with a shovel.
Wow, you sound just like him.
Then he said.
If it's still warm, then do it again.
Where can I learn all this?
It's all on SmokeyBear.com with other wildfire prevention tips. Because only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Let's get back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B now on ESPN 620.
I just like that song.
Good song.
It is, man. I just like listening.
You got caught up in the groove over there, Jimmy.
I get my groove on every once in a while, Manuch. I can still throw it down on the dance floor.
Where did you go? Were you on like a beach somewhere when you listened to this song with a pina colada in your hand?
Man, well, I don't do those. I get deathly sick. I might have a Corona.
You kind of drifted off there. I just want to know where'd you go?
It's soothing to me. It's very euphoric. It's very euphoric for me. All right, everybody, let's don't waste any more time. It is Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. We roll until 4 o'clock. It is time now for our Bigs Player of the Week. And, of course, well, I think it's pretty easy to figure out who it's going to be.
Allen does it himself. Touchdown, Buffalo. Have him activated today. Allen on 3rd and 3. Only a 3-man rush from the Bucs. Allen buys time. He's going to toss it downfield. Open man. Caught by Shavers. Touchdown, Bills. Quick hitter. Ty Johnson creates after the catch. Big gain. Down the sideline. Ty Johnson takes it all the way. Touchdown, Buffalo. 3 to go in the 3rd. Allen steps up, delivers downfield, separation, catch made, touchdown, James Cook. With a rushing touchdown. He might do it again, and does. Touchdown, Bills. Back and forth we go in Buffalo. Allen is going to keep it. Josh Allen inside the 5. They're going to push him in. Pay dirt. Touchdown, Bills.
Thank you to CBS Sports as our big time player of the week is Bills quarterback Josh Allen. In the Bills beating Tampa Bay 44-32. Allen threw for 317 yards, had 3 touchdown passes, and then rushed for another 48 yards, and then another 3 touchdown runs, as you heard. He's the only player in NFL history to do it twice, not once, but twice. The only other individual to do that was a guy named Otto Graham back in 1954. I believe he was with the Cleveland Rams. Cleveland Rams at the time.
Yep.
So Josh Allen, our big-time player of the week.
All right, that was presented by Biggs. We are there, by the way, on Monday nights. We're going to be there this coming Monday. You do not want to miss it. You get a chance at halftime of the NFL game to roll the dice for $10,000. That's right. You heard me. How much was that, Manuch?
10,000 ducats, as I like to say.
Yeah, there you go. We will see you at Biggs. It's in the P83 district, 83rd Avenue in Peoria. That is Biggs Monday night. All right. So in the NFL, Manuch, a lot of these guys are as old as you. Which is old.
I played with some of these guys. Please define who these guys are, Jimmy B.
They are the semifinalist stage for the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2026. So, did you play against Ken Anderson?
Let me kind of define. These are the 9 seniors.
The senior category.
That they have. Let me handle this here, Big Jimmy B. All right, we got 9 seniors. We're going to have 3 finalists from the seniors class.
Right.
From 2026. So those 9 individuals advancing as a semifinalist are Ken Anderson. Yes, I played against him.
Okay.
Roger Craig. Yes, I played against him. Henry Ellert. Yes, I played against him. L.C. Greenwood. Yes, I played against the Iron Curtain.
Did he tackle you?
No, he didn't. By the way, just real quick story.
Yeah.
Let me finish these off real quick. Joe Jacoby.
Yeah.
Eddie Metter did not play against Eddie.
Okay.
Stanley Morgan. Yes, played against him. Steve Tasker did not play with him. He's in Buffalo. And Otis Taylor. So L.C. Greenwood and the steel curtain that's there.
Right.
So very first preseason game of the year. Pittsburgh travels to Buffalo. Midway through the 3rd quarter. Hey, Manuch, you're going in. Great. You're going to play against the Steelers.
Yeah.
The team I admired and grew up with. Little did I know, these steel curtains still in the game.
They hadn't taken them out yet?
First preseason game, Chuck Noll, the head coach, has got his first team defense out there on the field. There's LC, there's Mean Joe Green.
Oh, man.
I mean, you see Jack Ham, You see,
was Blount still there? Yeah.
Yep, Blount, Lambert. So
man.
the ball, they punt the ball and they get the ball at the 5-yard line. We get the ball at the 5.
Okay.
So they ran a four-man front, but if the nose guard was pinched inside, I had an audible and go to the other way. So we did a dive play, fullback dive play. If he's pinched right, we'd run left.
Okay.
If he's pinched left, we'd run right. So I get out there, no big deal. I get up there and I go, oh my gosh, these guys are still in the game. This was my thought process, guys.
Okay.
I walk up, we're on our own 5-yard line.
Yeah.
And I'm going, oh my gosh. In my mind, I'm going, okay, it's opposite right 31. The nose is pinched. I got to change it to opposite right 30. But in the meantime, I got distracted with the steel curtain in front of me. There's Lambert. He doesn't have his dentures in. He's got no teeth whatsoever. There's Jack Ham. At the corners, you got Johnson and Blount. That's L.C. Greenwood.
Yeah.
That's Joe Green. Yeah. I'm sorry. I had an idolized moment there.
Oh, man.
And it came back to me, hey, Manuch, you got to audible out. Okay. So in the meantime, the play clock is winding down.
Oh, yeah.
I get up there. I go 1:30. 1:30. So if we called it on the snap count, if it was on 1.
Okay.
It would audible. We always hike it on 2 versus 1.
Yep.
In the meantime, me getting distracted, taking a while to check it off. All of a sudden, I hear the whistle blow. Delay of game.
That is so funny.
Delay of my first play in the National Football League. I got over idolized with the team in front of me. And Chuck Knox, suffice to say, was not happy with me.
I'm sure he probably wasn't.
Yeah, we had 2 runs, 1 pass. I'm out. I didn't see the field the rest of the preseason.
Oh, my gosh. That's an unbelievable
I'm like,
story.
Chuck, I'm sorry. I didn't expect the steel curtain to be in there midway through the third quarter of the first preseason game. That's not supposed to happen.
Manuch's story is presented by G2G protein bars, and you can find them in the refrigerated section at Costco. Online at G2GBar.com. It's grab-and-go goodness since 2010. They're on sale right now at Costco. And once again, you can always go online at G2GBar.com. It's G2G protein bars. That's a great story. Absolutely. I'm glad you saved it for right now. All right, Michael Bankston coming up in hour number 3.
Just how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. Offer ends 12/7. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Tired of the same old weekend routine? Then head to Putting World. Experience an elevated 18-hole golf adventure, followed by delicious eats, handcrafted cocktails, and live music at our chef-driven restaurant, Bar 19. Enjoy daily specials and happy hour deals that are sure to keep your wallet happy. Birdies, bites, and brews await. Check out this week's live music schedule at puttingworld.com or just swing on by Putting World, located in the Scottsdale Promenade. Eat it, drink it, sink it. Putting World.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports, is ESPN 620. And now, an on-air sports marketing presentation. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD-2, and streaming live at arizonasports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a record need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Shotgun set for Brissett on second and goal at the 9. Back to throw. Sends a pass to the left side on the back shoulder throw. Caught for a touchdown by Marvin Harrison.
Thank you to Arizona Sports for the highlight. Yep, we're going to do some conversation on the Cardinals today. Welcome in, everybody. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. It's our final hour, presented by Biggs American Bar and Grill. We are live there on Monday at Biggs in Peoria, right in the P83 district at 83rd Avenue and Bell. We do the show from 1 to 4, and then we hang out, and you have a chance to roll for dough at $10,000. Yep, the jumbo dice, a chance to win $10,000. This coming Monday, Carolina and the 49ers will be the Monday night game. We will be there at Biggs in Peoria. All right, so Jonathan Gannon doing some updates as far as the injuries are concerned for his team.
Trey Benson's window will open. He'll be on a practice field today. Amari will be out, and Marv will be out. Everybody else will see how it goes. They're in meetings right now. We'll be back on the grass today. Look forward to a good week.
And as we heard in the coming back to the Open, Marvin Harrison Jr., as he just said, not going to be playing this weekend, coming off that appendectomy that had going on about a week and a half now. Did not expect him to play for at least 2 weeks, Jimmy B. I think for a lot of folks, coming back after a week would be very hopeful. And I think just you got to err on the cautious side with some kind of an internal operation.
I agree 100%.
Like that. I mean, you don't want any kind of infection. You want to make sure he's completely ready to go. That core muscle area there in your stomach and your abdomen, all that area is good to go. So hopefully he sits out this week and then comes back the following week, because they're going to need him for the rest of the year. Because you look at this Arizona Cardinals schedule, as far as what this team and where they're going and what they're going to have to do, those are some of the things that this Cardinal team is going to have to rely on moving forward. I mean, you're taking on Jacksonville, and here's a team that is really starting to feel it. They smoked the LA Chargers last week.
Buried them. Just buried them.
Absolutely buried them. So you got Jacksonville coming in. And, folks, you can't sleep on this Jacksonville team.
No.
And I'll tell you a guy who's motivated.
Mm-hmm.
That quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, a lot of folks have a lot of doubt in this young man. With all the talent, they're like, when is he going to take the next step? Now, they did a couple years ago when they went to the Peterson was coaching.
Right.
They went to the first playoff game and got beat. But ever since then, the Crickets have been abounding there in Jacksonville. And don't you know, I mean to tell you this, players are aware of the chatter that's out there. And for a lot of players, that motivates them to want to get this team to the next level. And he's due. This team is due. But when you thump the LA Chargers, who had just come off a big win the week before,
Mm-hmm.
and you beat them, was it 35-6?
They put a hurt on them.
They put a beat down on them. So if you can kind of hold serve and have Michael Wilson have another big game like he did last week. By the way, Michael Wilson, where you been? You've been in mothballs? Has it been that much concern with Marv Jr.?
Apparently.
To keep him on the down low, but that's not going to happen. But my contention is you're going to need him versus the Tampa Bays, versus the Rams, versus the Houston Texans. Atlanta, Kirk Cousins, you never know. Then you got Cincinnati. By the way, Jimmy B telling me earlier that who's starting to practice Jimmy B for the Cincinnati?
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Yeah, Chase should be back by that time if he doesn't spit on anybody again.
It's only one game.
Yeah, just one game. By the way, that I'm trying to think that the precedent was set. Remember the defensive lineman for the Eagles? And at the time, before the first game even started, right?
I remember
against
that.
the Chiefs.
Yes.
After the kickoff, just standing there talking to one of the other Chiefs linemen, and he spits on him. He doesn't get one play, and they spit on him. And at the time, myself, you, and Rock, we didn't know what the ramifications were going to be because there wasn't any. I don't think it's in the CBA.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what the league did is said, okay, we're going to suspend him. We're going to fine him a game check. So I think that was a precedent that was set as far as Chase was concerned. But if he comes back for Cincinnati, and that being he'll be back, if Joe Burrow's back, well, good luck. That's at Cincinnati. And if Cincinnati's going to try to fight for their playoff light, it's going to be tough to win that. And then guess what?
What?
You get to end your season at the Los Angeles Rams, who at that point are either vying to win the NFC West or vying for a better seeding if they're going to be the wild card. They'll be going to the playoffs. At those last couple games of the season, don't you know, you're vying to either win that division, try to get that bye, or get a better seeding. That's what the Cardinals are facing. So you got to hope Marv. You got to hope Trey Benson. You got to hope DeMarcado. You got to hope your entire offensive line. You got to hope anybody, everybody, and then some is healthy, which it doesn't look like with DeMarcado this week. But starting from Tampa Bay on, you need all hands on deck if you have any chance to win any one of these games, any one of these 7 games remaining for the rest of the year.
I like the way that you phrase that, just to win a game. The P word, playoffs. Are we playoffs?
They're done. That's not going to happen.
It's not even in the not even in the conversation.
As they say in Texas, that dog will not hunt.
That's correct. And it won't. So let me drop this on you then. If you're a Cardinal player, and are you playing now for your contract life?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. You better not be slacking and Cadillacing.
Okay.
Because you will be noticed and put on notice. You still got to suit up and play your butt off. You do. Because
you're being paid handsomely.
You're being paid.
Yeah.
You got to act like a pro, be a pro. This whole 17 penalty thing, if I'm the team captains, I call everybody together. I know you hate team meetings, but this is at the point with 7 games to go to say 17 penalties, 3 turnovers, the egregiousness of the penalties, the holding, illegal procedures, 2 men in motion, not getting lined up properly, illegal alignment. That can't happen, Jimmy, after 10 games of the season.
Yep.
So if I'm Budda Baker, I'm Calais Campbell, whoever the other captains are on this team, I got to bring the guys together and say, look, guys, it's got to start at practice. You better get your head on right. You better get your head on. You better snap out of it because these last 7 games, these are all very good teams and teams getting better, i.e. Cincinnati getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, who knows where they're going to be because of Kirk Cousins. But you look at the rest of these teams, Houston's starting to feel a little better. C.J. Stroud looks like he may come back in a couple weeks. But again, you're playing for your football life. You're playing to stay on this team. And you're playing to be a true pro. More so than anything, Jimmy B, it's pride.
Yes.
I mean, show something. Show something to your fans. That place on Sunday.
You were there.
65, 70% 49er fans.
Yeah.
On top of that, there's no life on that side, like Cardinal sideline. I don't care if that Bam Knight touchdown goes, you get within 7 points or not. That's great. But still, the fans, the sidelines. I didn't see any juice on the field or juice on the sideline. I saw a team going through the motions, thinking, well, if we just play hard. No, you can't play hard because San Francisco is in a must-win situation.
Yep.
Brock Purdy was back to prove that he's back, and he did a hell of a job.
He did.
An outstanding job. But that team also knew that they had their quarterback back in Brock Purdy, so their game picks up. And, oh, by the way, that San Francisco 49ers offense is healthy now. The only guys that are unhealthy are on the defensive side. So they got guys that can plug and play, but it's about that offense. If there's one thing that complex over in Tempe, over there on Kyrene and Hardy, better realize is that you better get it together. I'm sorry, Hardy and Warner. You better get it together because your proverbial football lives, and I'm not going to discount the head coach or the general manager, everybody's career is at some kind of crossroad with these last 7 games of the season.
For me, Manuch, it has become disgustingly disappointing. And I know that they went through a stretch where they lost 4 games in a row by 5. Well, yeah, but they lost three by 13. Yeah, total 13 points. I mean, they lost games, last second field goals. And so we were kind of cutting them a little bit of a break.
I was?
No, well, we kind of did.
Not me.
We kind of did.
Did they lose the game?
Yeah, they lost.
Whether it's by 1 or 91.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I'm with you. I'm with you. It's a make or break league.
It drives me nuts as I hear people talk about, well, you know what? They've lost 4-0, but they've only lost by 9 points. Excuse me. Does moral victories and if candies and nuts we're all, well, what is that saying? If we had candies and nuts or we had pots and pans, we'd have all, whatever, Merry Christmas, whatever the hell it is. Are you serious? They lost pay. But you know what? They've lost 5 in a row, but only by 13 points. Okay, so what's your point? They lost. Well, yeah, but there's no yeah, but in the National Football League.
No, there isn't.
Doesn't make any difference whether you lose by 1 or 91. I'm telling you, you lost. There's an issue there. There's a pattern there. And they had that. And now seeing this team lose and to see this team under the Gannon era be 3-13 in your conference, this team cannot even compete with the other 3 teams in their conference.
Not even close.
Not even close. It is by far night and day. So Michael Bidwell, as the owner, has got to make a decision. I either got to clean house or I got to go get more free agents. I got to start paying some guys. They're not keeping up with the Joneses. They're barely keeping up with the Jeffersons, and they moved up to the east side.
They did move to the east side.
The Cardinals are stuck in mud, and they better get a backhoe to pull them out. They better rebrand, reface, whatever to just get competitive with that team. Oh, by the way, did I tell you they got to play the Rams twice? These last 7 games.
Let me drop this on you then. Do you think that they need to stay with Gannon because they have blown through so many coaches in the last 10 years?
You know what? If you're in the National Football League, I'm sorry. It's not for long. It's big boy ball, big boy panties. Okay. If we're not seeing progress in your 3rd year, you should be vying for the playoffs in your 3rd year. You should see progress, should we not? You shouldn't be losing games by 5 points, 4 losses in a row. You should be winning those games, Jimmy.
And they had the lead in the 4th quarter.
So to answer your point, no, you had 3 years. Have you turned it around? You're not turning it around. Next GM, next coach. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Is it good to just keep
too much
the
turmoil?
National Football League.
I know. I'm just asking the question.
We're not seeing the right group. Unfortunately, they got Jacoby Brissett, who's a quarterback that is showing what a quarterback looks like in this offense and being productive. But otherwise, they're going backwards. You should be progressing, not regressing in your 3rd year. And Gannon knows that.
He does.
He and Monty Ossenfort know that. They can't get this thing turned around. If they only end up with 4 or 5 wins, all right, we got to go get an experienced offensive coach to lead this team and an experienced general manager or knows how to put an offense together and knows how to put the right kind of players together. And on top of that, putting together guys that they can draft and make viable. In this 3 and 4 year cycle, I get it, Cardinal fans, I hate to tell you, you've got to be making progress in your third year.
All right, there it is on the Cardinals. They will be playing this weekend, of course. When we come back, early look at this week's college football playoff poll. It came out again last night. There was some movement in the top 25. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venencia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venencia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per-person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with the perfect plan to ensure everyone's well-fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venencia's to the table. Text catering to 411-24/7. That's catering to 411-247 or Venencias.com.
At Crest Insurance, we believe great insurance starts with great relationships. For years, we've been protecting businesses, families, and futures with the care and expertise you deserve. Our team knows what it takes to provide personalized solutions for your needs. We're here to make insurance simple, reliable, and stress-free. Visit crestins.com to see how we can protect what matters most to you.
There's never been a better time to experience Sun Devil football.
Pressure coming. Levitt throwing for the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown by Jordan Tyson. The Levitt to Tyson connection clicks again.
Don't miss your chance to be a part of the action, tradition, and unmatched atmosphere at Mountain America Stadium this season. Get your Sun Devil football tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rose is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rose is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rose is the way to go.
I'm Attorney Kevin Rowe. Getting rear-ended once is bad enough. Don't let the insurance company hit you again with a lowball offer. Call an experienced attorney who knows how to fight and win. Call Lerner and Rowe today. 977-1900.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G protein bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G protein bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
The Arthritis Foundation's Jingle Bell Run raises money for life-changing research and resources. Whether you walk, run, or just cheer others on, you'll be supporting the nearly 60 million people in the U.S. with arthritis at the best holiday fun run ever. Put on your favorite holiday costume and come on out to make new friends. Registered participants get a special t-shirt and medal. Sign up today at jbr.org and get jingling. That's jbr.org.
Now back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620.
All right, everybody. Well, the College Football Playoff Committee met last night. They did their whole reveal again on ESPN.
You couldn't wait, could you?
Oh.
I could just see Jimmy B.
I was salivating.
I bet right there that comes on. You got your you got your dinner tray right there, right? You're sitting in your favorite chair. Did you have a TV dinner right there?
I did.
Did you have your Swanson's TV dinner?
It was banquet.
Banquet. You got your three chicken legs, your peas, and your mashed potatoes and gravy.
That's it.
They don't even give you a roll, for crying out loud. I could just see you sitting there with your TV tray. Folks, these guys are like, what's a TV tray?
I know. Yeah, what is that?
And you just can't wait for ESPN to come on and look at the latest rankings.
And it took them forever to get to them, like always, because they got to prop up the show and they have to milk it because of the time that they have to fill. All right, so nothing really shocking in the first three. It's Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M. Georgia at 4, and I like this, Manuch. Texas Tech has moved into number 5. And so then when you go after Texas Tech, Ole Miss, Oregon Oklahoma, coming off that win at Alabama, has jumped into number 8. Notre Dame stayed at 9. Alabama dropped to 10. And I also like this. BYU at 11, Utah at 12.
Yeah, those two going neck and neck with BYU with the earlier victory just a few weeks ago over Utah. Yeah, you talk about the biggest moves, in Oklahoma moved up 3 to that number 8 spot.
Right.
And then there's Alabama moving down 6 with that second loss. They stay in the top 10, rightfully so. That game went back and forth, and you see them lose that game. And then pretty much there's a couple of 2-loss teams that are on the outside looking in right now, that being Miami at 13, Vanderbilt at 14, USC slowly climbing, Jimmy B, to
Big
number.
game against the Ducks this weekend.
Yeah, it is. Matter of fact, they moved up 2 spots to 15. Georgia Tech did not move. They're at 16. But there goes Texas. There go the Longhorns.
They're done.
Dropped down 7 with their third loss. They dropped to 17. Michigan standing pat at 18 with an 8-2 record. Virginia now at 9-2. They're at 19. They kind of stand pat. Excuse me. And then Tennessee making a move up with the 3 losses. They're at 20, followed by Illinois, Missouri, Houston, Tulane, and then Arizona State moves into the number 25 spot for the top 25. It's interesting because Illinois, Missouri, Houston, Tulane had no ranking. They also moved in to the number 25 spot. So you had 5 teams move into the top 25. That being Illinois, Missouri, Houston, Tulane, and the Sun Devils. That makes these next 2 games for the Sun Devils at Colorado, and then at home the day after Thanksgiving against U of A here at Sun Devil Stadium, Frank Cush Field.
And remember now, in the college football rankings, the American Conference will have an opportunity to get a team in. And right now it is Tulane, who is ranked at 24. They are 8-2, and that team will occupy the number 12 spot. So there's an awful lot to play for here, Manuch.
Yeah, and I like the top 10. I think that Utah and BYU, that's kind of a pick 'em either way. But somebody's not going to be happy to what you're talking about, that at-large team that's going to sneak in the back door. Now, we talk about a lot of football, 2 games to be played, plus conference championships. There's really not any games per se that are of any merit that are going to be, life-changing per se. Are there going to be any upsets out there? You look at Miami going into Virginia Tech with the new interim coaching staff. That could be a possibility, but the one you mentioned earlier, USC, going into Autzen Stadium.
At Oregon.
Going to Oregon. That's going to be at 1:30 on CBS on Saturday. All right, Lincoln Riley, where are you at?
Yeah.
Dan Lanning does it every year, but Lincoln Riley, if there's a signature opportunity for Lincoln Riley and USC to go into Autzen Stadium, it might be 45 and sunny, or it could be 45 and rainy, windy. It could be the conditions all over the place, and that doesn't bode well for those Southern California teams. Oregon's used to that. So I look at that game as, okay, Lincoln Riley, we're paying you all this money to go into Oregon, win this game, and get us a shot at the Big Ten title, at least to try to get into the playoff format and at least move up in the rankings.
I just thought of something. It's always dangerous when I think of something.
You didn't hurt yourself.
No, I'm okay. I took some Excedrin. I'm okay. So let's just say Ohio State and Michigan win out.
Okay.
So we get to the final game of the regular season, Ohio State, Michigan. Michigan right now is 8-2.
18th ranked. Okay.
They have won the last 4 in a row over the Buckeyes. Manuch, if they were to upset Ohio State in the final game of the season, would Michigan, in your estimation, jump in then to the top 12?
Well, that's a huge win. You look at Michigan, they're at 18. I don't think they jumped that much.
You don't think so?
No, they're at 18 right now. Ohio State would not drop. They would, if it's a close game.
Well, they wouldn't be 1, but they would be in the top 10.
It could be Indiana, it could be A&M, but they'll be in the top 10. Yeah, even if that happens, I could not see Ohio State dropping maybe more than 2 or 3, if that.
Okay.
Because But Michigan, they're 8-2. I mean, they're surprisingly 8-2.
Yes.
But you took a look at that, and then it depends on who the others play.
Okay.
That would be what they call, as Cardinal fans would say, that's a quality loss if they were win. That would be a quality loss as far as the CFP is concerned.
Okay. All right. I just thought I'd throw that one at you and see what you thought.
And that could be a possibility. And the only other games this week where there's anything of any kind of affluence that could affect one way or the other, you got BYU 11th ranked going into Cincinnati. And don't you think Cincinnati wants to resolve that loss to Arizona this last weekend and for BYU to come in there? Now, BYU's favored only by 2.5.
I like BYU in this game.
I like BYU, but don't you know Cincinnati with Sorsby as their quarterback, they have to win. If they're going to be back in contention with the Big Ten, they have to win this game. And I think with the Big Ten, but with the Big 12, they've got to win this game. And I think those are really only a couple, 2 or 3 games of any merit. But if there's something where BYU's got to hold serve, their schedule's not going to be that easy finishing out either.
Right.
See, that's what I like. You talk about Ohio State, Michigan.
Yeah.
We got ASU, U of A.
Yep.
You got Cincinnati taking on BYU. You got USC taking on Oregon.
Yeah.
They're seeing still a lot of football to be played. And then on top of that, my K-State Cats, maybe they got it in them.
Who?
To go into Utah.
Who is
ranked number 12? The K-State Wildcats.
The Kitty Cats?
If there's a signature upset that could happen in Salt Lake, there's that possibility. So you just never know on a Saturday.
No.
I mean, look at that A&M South Carolina game.
I know.
Would you have ever thought?
But who ended up winning?
Well, A&M came back.
Yeah.
They scored every possession.
They scored 900 points in the second half.
Oh, absolutely. That was it. So still a lot of good football to be played. And the CFP, it'll be very interesting how it goes in that blender the next 3 weeks.
Portion of the show presented by our newest partner on the show, and we love having them here. It is Stretch Lab, and at Stretch Lab, they're built to help everybody move better, feel better, and live better. Every one-on-one session is custom made just for you. And for a location near you, just go online, stretchlab.com. Again, that is stretchlab.com. Stretch Lab, built to help everybody move better, feel better, and live better. Again, that is stretchlab.com. When we come back, former Cardinal defensive lineman Michael Bankston is going to join us. We are going to dive into the Cardinals and their matchup coming up this Sunday. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B right now. ESPN 620 Sports Center update.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Connor Collins. The Phoenix Suns bounced back last night with a 127-110 win over the Portland Trail Blazers, and they improved to 9-6 on the season. Devin Booker and Colin Gillespie each scored 19 points, and the Suns logged an impressive 19 steals, for most since 2002. Meanwhile, the Cardinals announced this morning that Marvin Harrison Jr. will miss another week. Amari DeMarcado also is going to expected to remain sidelined. But Trey Benson is having his 21-day practice window open. In college football, Arizona State has cracked the latest college football playoff rankings at number 25. Why wait for the weekend? At Twin Peaks, late-night hits every night. Fresh scratch-made food, handcrafted cocktails, and ice-cold 29-degree beers till the lights go low. When the rest of the world winds down, we turn it up. Experience the...
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
Pick the winners each week, score great prizes all season long, and earn bragging rights until next year. And don't forget, the guys are live every Thursday from 1 to 4 to kick off your football weekend at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks lodges. It's free to play and easy to join. Just head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com. Powered by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views, and your home for pro football.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. The insurance company's job is to pay you as little as possible. Our job is to get you every dollar you deserve. Call Lerner and Rowe today and let's make them pay. Call 977-1900.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
Attention golf lovers and putting enthusiasts. Are you ready to elevate your game? At Putting World, we've got cutting-edge technology that'll have you sinking putts like a pro. With high-tech simulators and expert coaches, you'll be on your way to mastering that tricky six-footer in no time. Check us out at puttingworld.com. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a newbie who thinks a hole-in-one is just a fancy donut, there's a place for you at Putting World. Eat it, drink it, sink it. Putting World. Mondays belong to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live from Biggs America Bar and Grill in Peoria. The guys broadcast every Monday from 1 till 4, right in P83, across from the Peoria Sports Complex at 83rd Avenue in Bell. Then stick around as they host that night's football game. Food, drinks, prizes, and a shot at cash. That's right. Each week, 20 fans get a chance to roll the dough for $10,000. $10,000 Mondays. Biggs Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Be there.
Lost your health insurance? There are options to help you stay covered. Choices include Medicaid, individual and family, Medicare, and group plans. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona is a local nonprofit health insurance company that can help you understand your options, no matter who you choose. Stay covered, Arizona. We've got your back. Learn more at azblue.com/options or call 1-844-584-BLUE. This message is brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
He's a proud Sam Houston State alum who played 9 seasons in the NFL for the Bengals and Cardinals. Ranked number 62 on the Arizona Republic's top 100 all-time Cardinal players. A great follow on Twitter X at BigBank90. Michael Bankston now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
Shotgun set for Purdy, takes the snap, 3-step drop. Purdy in trouble, backing up, spinning away from a defender and sacked back at the 30-yard line, and it's Sweat once again. What a great signing by the Cardinals. Another sack for Sweat, and it's a loss of about 15.
Thank you to Arizona Sports for the highlight. Hey, at least one of the guys showed up on defense, and that was Josh Sweat. Welcome in, everybody. Michael Bankston, former Cardinal and Bengals defensive lineman. It's always good when we get Banks on the show. You can find him on X at BigBank90. Again, that is at BigBank90. Banks, welcome, pal. Let me just start with this, because I remember you talking about you played on some teams that weren't very good. Now we have a Cardinals team that is not very good, and you still have several games to play in the season. How difficult is it for players to get set up, mind and body, to play every Sunday?
Well, I mean, the mentality is you're still an NFL player. You're still professional. I put it that way. So you got to prepare just like you prepare for any game and go out there to do the best you can. I know the season is not going quite like you expected or like you wanted it to be, but you got to still show up. You still got to go up there and play 4 quarters and give your best. And I'm hoping that's the mindset of the guys, because you got still got quite a few games left. I mean, you know, halfway left in the season, and you know, and in your division, we're not doing well, and it's going to be tough for us to do anything as far as making the playoffs. So you just got to have that mindset to go out there and do the best you can, and then a lot of times it's the next man up, because you still, and I say this all the time, you're still playing for 31 other teams when you play for every Sunday, because you never know if you're going to be here or not, because you never know who's going to be here as your coach. You never know what kind of transition they're going to do. They're going to bring a new offense coordinator, defense coordinated by another D-line coach. You just never know. So you always got to be up to par and do the best you can as a player. Just keeping it real. And you still want to win. Any given Sunday, you still want to win. And, they just don't have the right nucleuses right now, the right players and plays. The play call, you can say play calling, whatever they want to say. And we're just not winning ball games. That's all it is to it.
Banks, we all look at the offensive stats, but I always look at the defensive stats as well, too. We heard Josh Sweat with the one sack that he had, the only sack the Cardinals had. That was him. The other thing I look at, I know you do too, Banks, being a former defensive lineman, there were only 3 tackles for loss. 3. Only the one sack. And the other thing that stands out is when you know your secondary and your second level are making a lot of tackles, your top 3 tacklers are all defensive backs or linebackers. And on top of that, he had 28 solo tackles, which means there's not a lot of guys around these guys receiving or running the football when they break into the secondary. That speaks volumes to me of the lack of defense when guys aren't getting around the ball, only 1 sack, and only 3 tackles for loss in a game.
And that's losing football. I saw the game from start to finish, and you saw a lot of times that McCaffrey was doing his thing. You saw the receivers that were open, and you saw the missed tackles. You saw that we weren't in position to make plays,
yes,
especially on the defensive side of the ball. And that's got to that part. The coordinator calls the play. Let's keep it real. The secondary coach, the D-line coach, the linebacker coach are supposed to have you in position to make those plays. But at the end of the day, it's up to the player to make those plays. And we weren't making those type of plays that's going to indicate that we have an opportunity to win the ball game. And let's give hats off to Jacoby Brissett, set up there and set a record, 47 receptions, get him out in the game. A losing situation. But then also you're playing catch up too. And we had no running, 36 yards total run. That's not going to be we had the run and shoot back in the day, but we weren't a run and shoot team. So that's not going to be the case for us. We got to have some type of run game. We got to have some kind of balance when we playing just in general. And then we have a defense that got to go up there and stop, get off the field, and not let them run up and down the field and get those first down and convert those third downs to get those first down to where we can get an offense another opportunity to go out there and score a touchdown. It was a dismal game, and I expected, and I know we all expected, let's keep it real, more out of the Cardinals because it was a divisional opponent game, the San Francisco 49ers, and I was hoping they would just play a lot better, and they was playing better, in certain aspects. In the first quarter and a half, they would still have that opportunity, but then we just gave up the ghost, and we just let them do more of their play calling on both sides of the field. And again, it just make it difficult. You're playing catch up. It's going to always be difficult.
Banks, let me follow.
Trying to win a ball game.
Right. Let me follow up, though. You referenced Jacoby Brissett, and he had the throw because they were playing the catch up. But everybody understands that. But is he your starting quarterback next year, or is he just, in your estimation, a really, really good backup?
Well, Jimmy B, you asked $1 million question. You asked $1 million question, I'll be honest. I would still give him the opportunity because he is moving the ball. He is getting into the receivers, and he is doing what he needs to do. But as far as managing the totality of the game, because, we got to run those plays that will make people think you're doing this and you're doing something else, or you have a misdirection. So you get your opportunity to extend plays, I should say it like that. When you're playing catch up, you just got to hope for the other team to do 3 and outs, and you're not going to be effective, even though he set that record. But I'm looking at that record, and I'm sure he's looking at the record and happy about himself. But at the same time, when you still took that L like we took, you're not going to feel the same way with that record if you had a W.
I also think, too, Banks, when I looked at it, as Jimmy alluded to, Jacoby Brissett, the offense had the ball 34 minutes. They converted, I think, 6 of 14 third downs. From a defensive perspective, you're glad Brissett's out there because he's going to keep that team on the field while you guys get a blow. There were so many times, as you mentioned, the air raid or the run and shoot, whatever. Heck, if you throw the ball, next thing you know, 2 minutes, you're back on the field. So from that aspect, Jacoby Brissett, as far as time of possession, has given this defense a blow at times.
Yeah, but when you look at managing game, and I'm going to say this because I always go back to this same thing. When I give Peyton Manning when he was with Denver Broncos, they just had a phenomenal defense, and Peyton Manning was only throwing 160-some yards a game, and they were still winning ball games. All he did was make sure he wasn't throwing no interceptions, make sure that he got a first down when he needed. The run game did what they needed. We're just not in that position mentally and understandingly to where, even though Jacoby Brissett is moving the ball to where it's making a touchdown, making a field goal, getting points on the board so we can be in position to win ball games. So it looks good, but at the end of the day, it's still not effective enough to sit up there and say we're a team that is a contingent. And you know this for yourself, and both you guys know this for yourself. We're just not effective enough overall to win ball games. And it's unfortunate. And I know injuries played a part because we got a bunch of injuries. We got a bunch of key players out. Marvin Harris out, and James Conner been out for a while, and of course Kyle and all these other things. But but that's just going to be the nature of the beast. We still got to have the wherewithal to still win ball games and hopefully get the guys back at the right time to be effective to make it to the playoffs. We're just not there. Overall, we're just not there. We can blame it on the coaches. We can blame it on the GM not bringing in right players for backup. We can, or the right people that he drafted, whatever the case may be. We're just not there as a total team to say, you know what, any given Sunday we got the best opportunity to win ball games. Now we sit up there being the one that's Xing us out when we play, especially in our division, and that's not good.
Hey, last one for you. Watching Cody Simon play, I was at the game as well too, in the row 1 of the north end zone there, and watching this young man, he's really starting to kind of see it. He's got the green dot. Now he does get caught up in flow and counters, but he had 12 tackles, 4 solos. Of those solo tackles, it looks like he's starting to see it and get it. But I think the biggest thing, and I want to get your opinion on this, Banks, is he getting used to the speed of the game and the physicality of the game?
Well, I mean, he had no choice to be thrown in there because of the injuries. But he also played at Ohio State. So he played the big time. He probably played against the majority of the guys on both sides of the ball, just being correct. And so he probably understands and knows what he has to do. I'm glad he was playing hard because he did play hard. And he was playing effective as a young guy getting an opportunity. But we need more of those guys thinking the same way. If I get an opportunity to go out there, let me not bring down the team. Let me uplift the team and play at the same level or even above, because that's my opportunity to be a starter in this league. I don't know if they're thinking about, I always thought about, and me personally, is being a starter. I started at the bottom, came to the top, and it is what it is because I came from Sam Houston, so you came from the smaller school. So I always thought that they're always going to think these big schools going to be better than you, just in general. And when you play in this league and you got these big schools and everything else, you got to go up there and have the mindset that you want to be that guy. In your position, be that guy. Coach Simmons is going to be that guy because he plays hard and he understands the game, and he realized that this is our opportunity to be effective, and he's doing his thing. And hopefully, and Walter Nolan, he needs to step up. Don't be a one-hit wonder the game before. You got to be consistent. They need to see your consistency. And you said the tackle for losses, only 1 sack, no pressures, no interception. Come on. That is going to be a difficult time for the defense. And I'm sure that meeting was not a good meeting.
We'll let you go on this one. What do you expect to see this Sunday?
Well, I knew you was going to ask that question. Right now, Jacksonville is playing. They're actually playing some decent ball.
Yeah, they are.
They're finding a way to win. I know Travis Hunter is not there, and they say two-way player, but let's be real. Travis Hunter is not lighting up the league. He's just been that guy that's been efficient enough to say, okay, yeah, he's a two-way player. So he's gone. But that's not the tell-all. They got a good defense. The offense is moving the ball. They're being efficient and effective. They're managing games to where I make sure I'm in the game when I need to be in the game. And what I mean by that is that when it comes down to the end, I need a field goal. I need a touchdown to win this game. I'm not down by 14 and 17 points where it's going to be difficult because you're two scores down. They're doing what they need to do to stay in these games, and then they're pulling these games out. My hat's off to Jacksonville and what they're doing right now. And it's going to be a tough situation, even though it's a home game. I believe it's going to be tough on the Cardinals. I'm still going to root for my Cardinals at the end of the day. I still hope that they win, and they win in a decent fashion. And you know what that means by decent fashion. In a fashion that you know that they were dominant, that you know they had the run game, you had the passing game, defense is playing off the chart, special teams are doing their job, all three phases. That's what you hope, but we will see when it comes down to game time at 2:05, and hopefully Cardinals get with a W. But it's going to be a tough game. I got to say that it's going to be a tough game because we have a hard time guarding tight end, and now it seems like we have a hard time guarding receivers, and then also we have a hard time putting pressure on quarterbacks.
Always good, Banks, when you take time with us, man. We always appreciate you. Have a good time this weekend.
Will do, man. Thank you, guys. And, I will be there, too. And, again, I hope the Cardinals get a W. Like I said, I'm a diehard. It is what it is, former Cardinal. But it is frustrating when you are a Cardinals fan and you see some of the things that are happening.
Thank you, Banks. All right, Matt, we'll talk to you next week. That's Michael Bankston, everybody. He's presented today by Crest Insurance, and we want to remind you to tune in tomorrow, 1:30, for the Crest Insurance Sun Devil Report. Crest Insurance, serving clients nationwide, earning a reputation for exceptional customer service and tailored insurance solutions. And you get more information at crestins.com. Again, that is crestins.com. When we come back, Lerner and Rowe, one call, that's all. The results also of our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Now open in North Scottsdale, it's the Orangedale Lounge. OD's, right off Thompson Peak and Bell, next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, a one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
Rock for WhiteToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at righttoyota.com.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, featuring the new Bushnell Wingman HD speaker. This revolutionary speaker has a built-in 3.5-inch touchscreen with front, center, and back distances, now $199. Don't forget we have gift cards in any amount for the special golfer in your life. Shop us in-store or online at worldwidegolf.com. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963, and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Another Arizona storm season's rolling through. Before the next big downpour hits, call State 48 Roofing for your free roof inspection. Whether it's cracked tiles, flat roofs, or old shingles, don't wait for leaks to show up. State 48 Roofing is Arizona's #1 referred roofer. Trusted for over a decade in both residential and commercial roofing. Protect your home, protect your business with State 48 Roofing. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509 today.
When even my easy run became impossible, my buddies told me to go to VA. I don't know exactly what I was exposed to while I was serving, but I know that because of the PACT Act, I qualify for VA healthcare and disability benefits. I get treatment from top doctors trained in military exposures, and I get monthly tax-free disability compensation. With VA healthcare and benefits, I can keep going. Get what you earn. Visit choose.va.gov.
Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here.
It's the Lerner and Rowe one call, that's all call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
Oh yeah, he's doing great. I mean, on the road to recovery, we've had lots of conversations. I mean, Sam's my guy. I have a great relationship with Sam. Everything I've ever said about him is absolutely true.
That's Kenny Dillingham, everybody, talking about Sam Levitt and the recovery process from his injury. We're going to get into that a little bit more. I just want to remind everybody that is our Lerner and Rowe one call, that's all. In a wreck, need a check, just make one call. 602-977-1900. Always at lernerandrowe.com. Once again, just make one call. Lerner and Rowe, 602-977-1900. What's on tap is poured by Dos Equis. Manuch, I cannot wait. I want to get to the television and I want to watch U of A basketball at UConn tonight. 5 o'clock. It's on Fox Sports 1.
That'll be a lot of fun.
Woo.
You get a chance to watch Koa Pete, the entire nation.
Yeah.
We'll get a chance to watch this young freshman out of Perry High School. And, you look at number 3, you look at number 4, and at UConn.
Yeah, UConn. Yep.
And to see how they react. Fortunately, they're getting a chance to play some really top teams. They beat UCLA just a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're going back to UConn for a little big boy basketball for the young guys. But Bradley and some of the seniors, the upperclassmen, would hopefully bring that victory home.
All right. Once again, that's at 5 o'clock on Fox Sports 1. Our State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day.
Hold on.
Yeah.
We've got some MAC action tonight, man.
Oh, I forgot about MACtion.
MACtion going on. All the folks out there want to know.
MACtion.
The MACtion is going on. They want to know before we get to our State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day. Don't forget about Wednesday night football. Yes, Wednesday night football.
Yeah.
Because at 5 o'clock on ESPN2, you got Buffalo hosting Miami of Ohio.
Woo-hoo.
And then at 5 o'clock as well, ESPNU.
Yeah.
Tell me ESPN doesn't dominate. You got Kent State, the Zips, right?
No, the Golden Flashes.
Oh, Akron's the Zips, right?
That's correct.
They're hosting Central Michigan. But, Jimmy, how dare you
forget
about MACtion going on for Wednesday night football.
Oh, just
in the
strike
Midwest.
me down dead.
Goodness
Manuch.
gracious. The nerve. I think that's 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, or some kind of fine for you there.
I'm
Jimmy.
only good for about 3 of each. That's it. All right, then. Here is our State 48 roofing.
Forgot about the
It's your
Maction.
call. I'm sorry. Question of the day. And by the way, for a free roofing inspection, because you might have leaks with everything that's going on and it's going to continue the rest of this week, you need to get in touch with State 48 Roofing. Just go on the web at state48roofing.com. Again, that is state48roofing.com, or just pick up the phone and call 480-268-4509. 480-268-4509.
You can just go to @Roc and Manuch on X and or Twitter or Instagram to try to answer this question. Think about this. What advice would you give ASU quarterback Sam Leavitt with the current rumors of him potentially going to the portal? Would you advise him to go to a higher profile team? Would you tell him to stay and win the Big 12? Would you declare him for the draft, or would you tell him to take the best NIL offer? Again, just go to @Roc and Manuch on X and Instagram. All right, Connor, which way are the folks leaning as far as what they would tell, what they'd advise one Sam Leavitt?
Well, currently at the moment, it looks like we have a 3-way tie at 33% each. Your options that they are choosing between were stay and win the Big 12, declare for the draft, and take the best NIL offer.
Yeah, and I think the whole thing about highest profile team, if he performs, he'll get paid, number one.
Right.
They'll see him. But I think what everybody's kind of leaning toward, if this is all pretty much in tune with each other, is to play one more year, enhance his position in the draft, which is declare for the draft.
Right.
But I also voted, I'd prefer him to stay and win the Big 12 here at Arizona State University. He's familiar. They'll go get the receivers. They'll go get the offensive line. He's comfortable. He knows the system, and they're right in the thick of it. As far as if they win, they'll be in the top 25. If they can vie to win a Big 12 championship, they'll be in that top 15. If they win the Big 12, they'll be in the top 10. He's going to get exposure no matter what. But I would highly advise him to come back to ASU, play one more year selfishly, to take that chance and maybe win for one more time.
That's your ASU fan hat that is on. What do we got cooking tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're going to have our U of A, ASU, and NAU is Brian Wright, the head coach. For NAU, we'll have Jason Mons, be the tight end coach for ASU. Glenn Howell talking about U of A. Roxy Bernstein.
Yeah.
Talking a little college hoops as well as college football. And then Howard Balzer. See who Howard's going to drop the bomb on this week. And as usual, at the Twin Peaks in Scottsdale, mañana.
I like it. We will be there. You can come hang out with us. Once again, we are there from 1 to 4. Hey, guys, you guys need to brush up a little bit on your history,
No
okay?
kidding, man.
Yeah.
Andy Griffith.
Yeah.
The police academy.
It doesn't help when you guys are referencing stuff when my mom was born.
Yeah, well, hey, look.
Well, your mom should have told you.
How about Nick at
Nick
night?
at night.
Saw it all the time.
Yeah.
Good night.
I know that hiring